Chapter 48-31. In the Nether Plane, demon ancestor of chaos, Long Kuan Feng, unleashed his might. He fought against 3 demon masters alone and even destroyed Demon Master Lawless's body with a single punch. Demon Master Lawless fled in panic. For existences at the Eternal Realm, as long as their primordial spirits were not destroyed, they could reconstruct their demon body. Of course, the reconstructed demon body was naturally not as powerful as the original demon body that had been thoroughly tempered, but it could still display 70 to 80% of its original strength. Thus, Demon Master Lawless could only flee. Those from the demonic path were not like those from the righteous path. The spectating demon masters, regardless of who they were, would likely devour their primordial spirits. Eternal primordial spirits contained extremely powerful primordial spirit power. Devouring an eternal primordial spirit could increase one's cultivation base considerably. No demon master would give up on the opportunity to increase their cultivation base. This was because at their level of cultivation, it was simply too difficult to increase one's cultivation. However, Kuan Feng had no intentions of letting Demon Master Lawless go. He opened his mouth and sucked. Demon Master Lawless's primordial spirit flew towards him and was devoured. What? Demon Master Dreamdust and Demon Master Eternal, who were forced back by Kuan Feng, were shocked. Boom! A powerful demonic power erupted from Kuan Feng's body. Ancient demonic tattoos appeared on his body one after another before dissipating in the air. The cycle repeated itself again and again. This fellow has become stronger. Ji Yufei, who was watching from the side, sensed the demonic Dao power coming from Kuan Feng's body. He could not help but frown. If this fellow's cultivation base had surpassed the eternal stage, things would be bad. Looks like I will have to increase my cultivation base as soon as possible, Ji Yufei thought. Kuan Feng was one of the few opponents Ji Yufei had encountered in Eternal World. Of course, Kuan Feng's strength paled in comparison to the mysterious Demoness. The mysterious Demoness and the mysterious Dragon Lady he encountered in the Immortal Continent's Hidden Dragon Mountain were the strongest existences Ji Yufei had encountered. If he were to face the mysterious Demoness, Ji Yufei would not even have the courage to attack. She was simply too powerful. She was an existence that surpassed the eternal stage. You too, die. Kuan Feng roared and charged at Demon Master Dreamdust and Demon Master Eternal again. This guy, the Dreamdust Fiend Master and the Eternal Fiend Master were taken aback. The next moment, a shocking scene unfolded. The Dreamdust Fiend Master and the Eternal Fiend Master had actually turned tail and fled. Is that guy the sect leader of the Eternal Devil sect? Holy *T. Even that fellow, Huan Chen, has a day where he's being pursued. The demon masters nearby were all dumbfounded. The Eternal Demon sect was one of the strongest demonic Dao forces in Eternal World. The Eternal Demon Lord was the sect master of the Eternal Demon sect. Despite his status, he had chosen to flee. This was too beneath his status. Run! Where can you escape to? Kuan Feng sneered. In the next moment, the sound of metal chains colliding could be heard from his body. Then, demonic chains rushed out from his body and entangled the Eternal Demon Master and the Illusory Demon Master. I'm the master of my world. Kuan Feng directly opened his inner world and enveloped a part of the void in it. At the same time, the demonic chains that rushed out from Kuan Feng's body became like agile snakes, entangling the 2 demon masters before pulling them into his inner world. Next, the 3 powerhouses of the demonic Dao disappeared into the void. Seeing this scene, all the demon masters were dumbfounded. Who is this guy? He's so ruthless. I don't know him. Could he be one of the rulers of Nether God Island? The ruler of Nether God Island? This was the first time some of the powerhouses of the demonic Dao had entered the Nether God plane. Thus, hearing that there was a ruler in Nether God Island shocked them. The ruler of Nether God Island. Just the name alone was enough to tell that this ruler was no saint. If so, what are we supposed to do? That's right. The ruler of Nether God Island is so powerful. What are we supposed to do? Some of the powerhouses of the demonic Dao who had come to Nether God Island for the first time wanted to retreat. They had watched helplessly as Demon Master Lawless had his demonic body blown up and his primordial spirit devoured. That was the equivalent of destroying both body and soul. Destroying both body and soul was the most miserable outcome for a cultivator. This guy is really ruthless. Seeing this scene, Jiu Fei was also a little shocked. Fighting to the death just because of a disagreement. This fellow was too extreme and too savage. Such a fellow was extremely dangerous. Kuan Feng had kept Demon Master Dreamland and Demon Master Eternal into his inner world. That meant that he would definitely fight to the death. That was because the only way for Demon Master Dreamland and Demon Master Eternal to escape from Kuan Feng's inner world was to kill Kuan Feng and make his inner world collapse. Boom. At that moment, a loud sound came from the central region of the Nether God Plane. The entire seal was shaking and countless ancient demonic marks appeared in the void. The powerhouses of the demons hurriedly looked towards the sealed region and saw a huge demonic figure disappearing amidst the endless demonic aura. There's actually a demonic being attacking the seal. Although the powerhouses of the demons were powerful, they were not immortal. To a certain extent, they could be considered to have eternal life. However, they did not want to die. Some of the powerhouses of the demons retreated immediately. What exactly is inside? Jiu Fei was really curious. However, it was not an easy task to break the seal. Fortunately, he had obtained the inheritance of the vast Sky Emperor. In fact, even without the inheritance, Jiu Fei still had the heavenly form hand. Jiu Fei's heavenly form hand was known to be able to melt the heavens and earth. It should be able to melt the seal as well. Of course, Jiu Fei was not confident that he would succeed without trying it. The seal in the Nether God Plane was definitely not simple. The seal on the Underworld God Island would lose its effect once every 3,000 years. Over the years, countless powerhouses of the demons had tried to break the seal on the Underworld God Island. Over the years, no one had been able to break the seal on the Nether God Plane. This was enough to show how powerful the seal was. There are too many powerhouses of the demonic path here. I have to find a place without them. As soon as Jiu Fei thought of this, he immediately retreated. None of the powerhouses of the demonic path who were watching the show could sense Jiu Fei's presence. What is this little fella trying to do? The mantis stalks the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind. Jiu Fei did not sense anyone watching him. There was only one person on the entire Underworld God Island who had this kind of ability, and that was the mysterious Demoness. It seemed like this Demoness had changed her name to Hua Xiaojuo. Chapter 4832. The center of the divine underworld realm was sealed. Over the years, countless demon Dao powerhouses had tried to break the seal. However, no one had ever succeeded. Even the Eternal Demon Master and the other two Demon Masters couldn't break the seal because the seal's power had surpassed the Eternal Realm. At that moment, Chaos Demon Ancestor Long Kuan Feng had taken Demon Master Fantasy Dust and Eternal Demon Master into his inner world. Kuan Feng was going to fight to the death with Demon Master Fantasy Dust and Eternal Demon Master. No one knew what was happening in Kuan Feng's inner world, but countless demon powerhouses were staring at the center of the divine underworld realm. Boom! A loud noise suddenly sounded, and a layer of light shield immediately appeared in the void. On the light shield, ancient demonic patterns intertwined one after another. Some people continued to attack, trying to break the seal. However, no one succeeded. They were all pushed back by the seal's power. At that moment, Jiu Fei had already arrived at another place and sat cross-legged on the ground. A moment later, he stretched out his hands and pressed them on the light barrier formed by the seal. Transform! Jiu Fei roared as he circulated the heavenly transformation hand with all his might. The heavenly transformation power erupted from his hands as demonic runes appeared on his hands one after another. The mageweth gradually dimmed. It's working. Jiu Fei was overjoyed when he sensed the seal's power on his hands gradually weakening. However, Jiu Fei's heavenly transformation power still couldn't completely dissolve the seal. Although the demonic patterns on his hands dimmed, they weren't completely dissolved. This, Jiu Fei couldn't help but be shocked. No wonder no one could break the seal. It wasn't that those people weren't powerful, but the seal was just too powerful. Heavenly Ascension Secret Technique. Jiu Fei used this secret technique that could instantly increase his cultivation and combat strength. In the next moment, the power of heaven transformation on Jiu Fei's hands increased by several times, and the demonic runes on his palms dimmed even more. And Jiu Fei's power is infinitely close to surpassing the eternal level. However, even though Jiu Fei used his fate reversal mysterious art, it was still difficult for him to break the seal. Sigh. Jiu Fei sighed. Just as he was about to give up, he realized that he had overestimated himself. However, at this moment, a slender palm suddenly pressed down on Jiu Fei's back. What? Jiu Fei's shock was no small matter. He didn't even notice that someone was behind him. This could only mean that this person was much more powerful than him. This person's cultivation was far above his. If the other party wanted to kill him, wouldn't it be as easy as flipping his hand? Little guy, did you miss me? A captivating voice rang in Jiu Fei's ears. Jiu Fei was shocked again. So it was her. How about I lend you a hand? The mysterious demoness Hua Xiaoduo's voice rang in Jiu Fei's ears. Then, Jiu Fei felt an unimaginably powerful force coming from the palm on his back. Buzz. The void under Jiu Fei's hands made a loud sound. Then, a big hole with a radius of a foot appeared in the void under his hands. This is the power surpassing the eternal level. Jiu Fei was inexplicably shocked. The force coming from his back disappeared in an instant, and the seal in the center of the divine underworld realm was broken. Go in. Hua Xiaoduo's hand that was pressing on Jiu Fei's back gave a forceful push. Jiu Fei turned into a beam of divine light and rushed into the seal through the hole in the void. F***CK. Jiu Fei cursed the 18 generations of the mysterious demoness ancestors in his heart. He turned around and was about to rush out of the seal, but the hole in the seal disappeared in an instant. This surprised and angered him. Haha, have fun in there. I will let you out in 3 days. The mysterious demoness laughed and flew up into the sky. She disappeared into the dark world and was nowhere to be seen. What's going on? I clearly sensed a powerful wave of demonic power just now. Just as the mysterious demoness left, a figure descended from the sky and landed on the ground. Then, he looked around but naturally, he could not find anything. Swoosh. The demon clan magnet also left after that. Several powerhouses of the demon race had arrived one after another, but none of them had discovered anything amiss. Naturally, none of them had discovered Jiu Fei, who was sealed within the seal. How do I play? Play your head. Jiu Fei almost went crazy with anger. Whenever the mysterious demoness appeared, nothing good would come out of it. The demons outside desperately wanted to come in, but Jiu Fei was the opposite. He desperately wanted to get out. This was the core area of the underworld realm. This place had been sealed for countless years. No one knew what was inside and what powerful demons were there. However, there was one thing that Jiu Fei knew, and that was that this place was definitely filled with unimaginable dangers and unimaginable devil race beings. Previously, there had been powerful devil race beings attacking the seal. However, since he was here, he could only play as the mysterious demoness said. Now, Jiu Fei had no choice but to play. Just as Jiu Fei was thinking about how to survive these 3 days, he suddenly felt something tighten around his right leg. The next moment, he was hung up. He saw a black vine wrapped around his right leg and hung him in the air. Devil's vine? Jiu Fei was taken aback. The next moment, a pure divine fire emerged from his body, burning the devil's vine until it shrank back. Jiu Fei landed on the ground. Boom! With a loud noise, the ground where Jiu Fei was standing suddenly exploded. Countless devil's vines broke through the ground and directly wrapped around Jiu Fei, strangling Jiu Fei to the point where he could barely breathe. The devil's vine was unexpectedly unafraid of the divine fire that emerged from Jiu Fei's body and wanted to kill Jiu Fei. However, the devil's vine was quickly burned to ashes by the divine fire and scattered on the ground. The devil's vine was burned to ashes. This devil's vine was very strong, at least at the early stage eternal realm. Unfortunately, this devil's vine's luck was too bad. It actually encountered Gu Fei. Then, this devil's candy was unlucky. It couldn't be helped that it was unlucky. Although Gu Fei killed the devil's vine, the movement here alarmed the demons in the depths of the seal. A powerful demonic aura erupted from the depths of the seal. Damn it! Gu Fei left the place directly. Soon, a huge black shadow fell from the sky and landed on the ground. An extremely powerful demonic aura erupted from this demonic shadow. Chapter 48:33. Preposterous. You want to trick this daddy? This daddy will turn this place upside down. Gu Fei was furious, and he cursed the mysterious she-devil in his heart. Of course, he didn't dare to curse out loud because if the mysterious she-devil heard him, then wouldn't he be in trouble again? The mysterious demoness strength made Gu Fei's heart palpitate. His cultivation was at the mid-level eternal realm, but he still couldn't sense the mysterious demoness depth. This could only mean that the mysterious demoness cultivation was far above his own. She had definitely surpassed the eternal realm. One must know that the demoness had used his hand to break the powerful seal at the center of the underworld realm. This kind of seal couldn't be broken even if several demon masters joined forces. Roar. At this time, at the place where Gu Fei killed the devil's vine, a terrifying demonic shadow roared towards the sky. Horrifying sound waves spread in all directions, causing the entire area to surge with demonic energy. The demons here are really strong. Gu Fei sensed this power. This demons turned out to be in existence at the peak of the eternal realm. He carefully concealed his aura. He cultivated primordial chaos energy, which was the ancestral energy of heaven and earth. It could transform into any kind of essence energy in the world. Demonic energy was also a kind of essence energy of heaven and earth. Soon, Gu Fei's body exuded the aura of the demonic path. This demonic path's aura was extremely pure. Gu Fei's right hand grasped the void, and endless demonic energy immediately gathered towards his right hand from all directions. Then, a demonic spear appeared in his hand. Swish! Gu Fei directly threw the spear towards the demonic shadow in the distance. The demonic spear turned into a demonic light that streaked across the void and pierced through the demonic shadow in the distance. Who dares to sneak attack this daddy? With an angry roar, the demonic figure suddenly turned around and slapped the demonic light that had pierced through the barrier. In the next moment, the demonic light formed by Gu Fei's demonic spear shattered in the void. At the same time, a fist instantly smashed in front of the demonic shadow. How dare you! The demonic shadow roared and also punched out. Boom! When the two fists collided, it was like two primordial demonic mountains had collided. The demonic power that erupted spread out in all directions, forming a terrifying energy storm that swept out in all directions. Did you kill my brother? Gu Fei pretended to be the demonic vine's brother the moment he appeared. Bastard, do you know who you're talking to? That demonic figure was a demonic ape with crimson fur. It was a crimson demonic ape. Moreover, it was probably a pure-blooded crimson demonic ape. You killed my brother, so I'll kill you. I won't rest until you die. Gu Fei's essence chi had all transformed into devil chi. When he circulated his Xian art, it was simply monstrous devil chi. It was as though a true peerless devil lord had descended into the world. Bullshit. Mu Teng is your brother? I've known him for more than 100,000 years, and I've never heard of him having any brothers. The demonic crimson blood ape roared. Gu Fei couldn't help but be shocked when he heard this. This guy actually knew the demonic vine. However, at this moment, he couldn't admit defeat. I haven't known brother Mu Ting for long, but we've gone through life and death together. We've treated each other with sincerity and we've already become sworn brothers. Since you dared to kill my brother, I'll take your life. As Gu Fei roared, he pretended to fight the demonic crimson blood ape with all his might. He attacked the demonic crimson blood ape without any regard for his life. This is a misunderstanding. The demonic crimson blood ape roared. You're the only one here. If you didn't kill him, who did? You're trying to quibble. Gu Fei sneered as he attacked. I said it's a misunderstanding, so it's a misunderstanding. If you don't stop, I'll kill you. The demonic crimson blood ape was truly enraged. It had just arrived at this place, and it was already targeted by this lunatic. This was really like yellow mud falling on the crotch of one's pants. Come on, kill me. I'm not afraid of you. Ji Fei pretended to be incomparably indignant. He was too immersed in his role. He was simply a drama queen. Even the demonic crimson blood ape believed him. Demonic crimson fist. The demonic crimson blood ape roared as he struck out with the combat skill of his race. With a punch, a mass of blood-colored demonic light erupted from his fist, illuminating the entire dusky world. This combat skill was very powerful. The demonic crimson blood ape's punch actually stirred up the power of the surrounding heaven and earth. It was as though the power of the entire heaven and earth was being obliterated by Ji Fei. Demonic transformation palm. Ji Fei immediately transformed the heaven-transforming hand into the heaven-transforming demonic palm. A terrifying heaven-transforming demonic force surged out from his right palm, directly nullifying the scarlet blood fist force that was approaching him. The demonic crimson blood ape was taken aback. He had roamed this sealed world for countless years, but he had never encountered an existence that could completely dissipate the fist force of his demonic crimson fist. Just who was this guy? He was only at the mid-level eternal realm, yet he could fight endlessly with him. Could this guy actually be from the 7 great demons? When the demonic crimson blood ape thought of this, he couldn't help but be secretly alarmed. When did Mu Teng explain such an existence? The sealed world was huge. This place was simply another world. Moreover, this place was not smaller than the outside world. There were 7 great pureblood demons here, and every single pureblood demon was extremely powerful. According to legend, some pureblood demons even had primogenitors who surpassed the eternal realm pureblood demons. The 7 great pureblood demons had existed since time immemorial. They ruled the sealed world and were waiting for the seal of the sealed world to disappear. Then, they would lead the endless demons to kill their way out of the sealed world. The demonic crimson blood ape came from one of the 7 great pureblood demons, the demonic crimson ape clan. However, although the demonic crimson blood ape clan was a pureblood demons, and Kai Lun's cultivation was also very powerful, he wasn't a core member of the demonic crimson ape clan. He saw that Ji Fei could fight him endlessly with his mid-level eternal realm cultivation. Only the core disciples of the 7 great pureblood demons would have such powerful combat prowess. The demonic crimson blood ape Kai Lun's mind was distracted, and Ji Fei's palm landed on his left shoulder. In the next moment, Kai Lun's entire left shoulder was melted by the demonic power that erupted from Ji Fei's palm. His flesh, blood, tendons, and bones all turned into nothingness. Roar! Kai Lun roared and immediately retreated. At the same time, his left shoulder, which had been melted by Ji Fei's palm, was rapidly healing. His flesh, tendons, and bones were regenerating. In just a moment, his left shoulder had completely recovered. When one's cultivation reached the eternal realm, it wasn't difficult to reconstruct a demon body. Where do you think you're going? Ji Fei chased after Kai Lun. You're a madman. Kai Lun directly admitted defeat, turned around, and fled. He had some misgivings. If this guy really was a core disciple of the 7 great pureblood demons, and he hurt him, it would bring disaster to his own clan. Although Kai Lun was strong and had a peak eternal cultivation, once he had some misgivings, he couldn't go all out. Therefore, he could only flee. Chapter 48-34. Old Ji was definitely a drama queen. As soon as he came up, he accused the villain first and pinned the crime of killing the devil Rattan on Kai Lun, an expert of the Crimson Blood demonic ape clan. Kai Lun was dumbfounded. He had just woken up and was walking around when he encountered this kind of thing. How could he endure this? He was on the verge of a mental breakdown. Stop right now. Be careful or I'll kill you. The demonic crimson ape roared as he fled. You killed my brother Mu Ting. Hand over your life. Ji Fei turned a deaf ear to the demonic crimson ape's threat. He continued to chase after Kai Lun. Along the way, countless living beings of the demon race in this sealed world were alarmed. What? Mu Ting is dead. Kai Lun killed Mu Ting. Those two had a grudge to begin with. What's so strange about that? At that moment, the entire area was in an uproar. It should be known that Mu Teng and Kai Lun were the disciples of the two strongest demons in the sealed world. The demonic vine belonged to the wood elemental demons, while the demonic crimson ape belonged to the fire elemental demons. The 5 elemental demons were the 5 great demons of the sealed world's 7 demons. In the sealed world of the underworld, the relationship between the 7 great demons was very complicated. From time to time, they would fight and attack each other, but at other times, they would ally with each other. As for the Wood Demon Clan and the Fire Demon Clan, they were sworn enemies. The sealed world could be divided into 7 regions. Each of the 7 great demons had their own territory. The Wood Demon Clan's territory was adjacent to the Fire Demon Clan's. As a result, it was difficult for the 2 demons to avoid all kinds of friction and conflict. Of course, the Wood Demon Clan and the Fire Demon Clan only fought on a small scale. They did not dare to start a real war. They thought that the other demons were eyeing them covetously. However, when the news that Kai Lun had killed Mu Teng spread, all kinds of speculations began to spread. At that moment, Ji Yufei chased after Kai Lun and killed his way into the Fire Demon Clan's territory. This caused the Fire Demon Clan to be unable to sit still. 3 powerful demonic shadows appeared in the sky and attacked Ji Yufei. Ji Yufei's battle intent surged like a rainbow as he directly confronted the 3 experts from Devil Dao. Each of the 3 experts from Devil Dao was an existence in the eternal realm, pitilessly powerful. However, when Ji Yufei used the Extremity Breaker Fist, he actually used his own power to fight against 3 eternal realm devils. Kai Lun didn't try to escape, but instead turned around and attacked. This way, it would be 4 eternal level demons fighting Ji Yufei alone. Ha ha! Come on, I'll kill to my heart's content. Ji Yufei seemed to have gone crazy. He didn't fall into a disadvantageous position even when facing 4 eternal level devils. This shocked all the devils watching the battle from afar. Where did this guy come from? He has such a heaven-defying cultivation base and battle prowess. Who knows? I heard this guy is Mu Teng's sworn brother. Isn't Mu Teng always a lone wolf? Since when did a sworn brother appear out of nowhere? Devil Vine Mu Teng was a lone wolf. In this way, it wouldn't be difficult for Ji Yufei to conceal his identity. At this time, Kai Lun and the other 3 Eternal Realm Devils were shocked to the extreme. This guy was only a mid-level Eternal Realm cultivator. How could he possibly resist the joint attack of the 4 devils? Cosmos Refining Fire. The 4 experts of the Fire Clan roared at the same time. In the next moment, endless demonic fire erupted from the 4 demons, instantly connecting into one. The endless demonic fire directly engulfed Ji Yufei. And within the demonic fire, countless demonic shadows appeared, struggling. The powerful demonic aura they exuded made one's heart palpitate. Ji Yufei sneered. In the next moment, he opened his mouth and inhaled. The surrounding demonic fire madly gathered towards him and was then devoured and refined by him. The 4 demons desperately poured demonic yuan qi into the sea of fire, while Ji Yufei desperately devoured the power of the demonic fire. Ji Yufei's power continued to grow, while the 4 great demons' power continued to weaken. This caused the 4 great demons to be both shocked and furious. Kill. One of the demons charged into the sea of fire and stabbed at Ji Yufei's head with his demonic spear. The spear in his hand turned into a fiery light that pierced through the void. Here you go. Ji Yufei directly used one of the 9 secrets of the immortal Tao, the chaotic reversal secret art. In the next moment, chaotic power erupted from his hands, distorting the void. The demons felt his hand shake. Then, the demonic spear that he had thrust out was reversed and stabbed at his chest. What? This devil race powerhouse's shock was no small matter. Roar. The demons bellowed and gripped the demonic spear with all his might. Only then did the spear stop stabbing at Yi Futian. However, Ji Yufei's fist slammed into the demon's face, causing the demon's entire face to cave in. Not to mention the nose, even the teeth in this demon's mouth had been blasted out. His entire face was a bloody mess. It was a sour feeling. This demon expert was directly sent flying by Ji Yufei's punch, directly smashing into a mountain ridge 1,000 miles away. Immediately, chaos swept across that area, and dust rose into the sky. Heaven and earth reversal. Jiyu Fei bellowed. In the next moment, the power of chaotic reversal erupted from his body. Endless demonic fire was triggered by this power, turning into a terrifying demonic firestorm that swept back at the three demons. This guy, Kai Lun, and the other demons were shocked and furious when they saw this. They never thought that there would be demons who could reverse their attack. It should be known that this was the joint attack of the four demons. Yet, it was reversed. The three demons roared and soared into the sky. They dodged the demonic fire that swept back and charged at Jiyu Fei at the same time. One palm transforms the heavens, I am the supreme. Jiyu Fei's first move was the heavenly transformation palm. No, it should be the heavenly transformation demon palm. He had already transformed his essence chi into demonic energy. Right now, he was a peerless great demon. Rumble, Jiyu Fei struck out with his palm. Palm energy spread in all directions. Four demonic palms appeared at the same time and slapped at the four demons. Before the demon who had just rushed out of the ruins could rejoice, a huge palm slapped at him. The palm energy seemed to be able to melt everything in the void. Bang! Boom! The demons were blasted back into the ruins by Jiyu Fei. As for the other three demons, they chose to take Jiyu Fei's palm attack head-on. Boom! Kai Lun struck out with the scarlet blood demonic fist. The violent fist energy instantly collided with the huge palm. A terrifying energy storm rose again. Chapter 48-35. Underworld God Island, inside the Underworld God Demon Palace, inside the World Seal at the center of the Underworld Realm, Jiyu Fei was fighting against four Eternal Realm existences. The four Eternal Realm Demon Lords could not defeat Jiyu Fei, and were even forced to retreat by Jiyu Fei. So strong, the four experts of the Fire Demon Clan were shocked. Was this guy really a core disciple of the other demons? Otherwise, how could he have such a powerful cultivation and combat power? Everyone, don't hide. If we don't fight with all our might, I'm afraid we will all be killed by this guy. Crimson Blood Demonic Ape Chiluan said loudly. Yes. Then go all out. The other three great demon master level existences all felt that Jiyu Fei was a huge threat. They wanted to eliminate this threat directly. No matter what his background was, he had to die. Rumble. The bodies of the four Eternal Realm Demon Lords all erupted with extremely powerful demonic power. Endless demonic fire appeared again, enveloping Jiyu Fei again. This trick again. Jiyu Fei was a little speechless. He did not want to devour too much demonic power, but the other party was desperately pouring demonic power into his body. Then let's absorb. Jiyu Fei did not refuse. His whole body seemed to have turned into a bottomless black hole, crazily devouring the surrounding demonic firepower. What? This guy, Chiluan, and the other Eternal Realm experts of the Fire Demon Clan were dumbfounded. This guy was too powerful. He actually dared to devour their natal demonic fire. Was he looking for death? The natal demonic fire of the Fire Demon Clan was extremely powerful. In the sealed world, absolutely no one dared to directly devour their natal demonic fire. But now, this guy dared to devour their natal demonic fire unscrupulously, and nothing happened to him at all. It must be known that in normal times, a wisp of the extreme Dao level natal demonic fire could turn an area into a sea of fire, burning everything in the world to ashes. Awesome, awesome. Jiyu Fei used all his strength to refine the power of the devil fire that he had swallowed into his body. His entire body was filled with power, and his cultivation realm seemed to have increased again. This was the power of the four eternal demons. If it had been an ordinary eternal rank existence, they would have long been blown up by the power of the four eternal demons. However, Jiyu Fei's eternal martial body was unimaginably powerful. Even if the four eternal demons were sucked dry, they wouldn't be able to burst his eternal martial body. Oh no! How is this possible? When Kai Lun and the others tried to withdraw their demonic flames, they discovered that their demonic flames were being sucked in by a terrifying devouring power that erupted from their opponent's body. Roar! Crimson Blood Demonic Ape Kai Lun roared and struggled with all his might, trying to break free from the suction force coming from Jiyu Fei. However, the more he struggled, the faster the demonic energy in his body disappeared. This scared him out of his wits, and his red face instantly paled. The other eternal devils were the same. They struggled and roared, but it was useless. Soon, Kai Lun admitted defeat. "Stop. As long as you spare me, I'll do anything." "That's right. We're willing to serve you as our master and do whatever you want." The other eternal devils said anxiously. "Mph, what were you doing before? It's too late to beg for mercy now." Ji Fei couldn't be bothered with them. He continued to crazily devour the demonic energy of the 4 eternal devils. The 4 eternal devils were shocked and angry, but there was nothing they could do. The devouring power that erupted from his body continued to increase. It was even more terrifying than the primogenitor's heaven-devouring beast. At this time, not only was the demonic energy of the 4 eternal devils being devoured by Ji Fei, but the spiritual energy in the surrounding 10,000 miles was also madly gathering towards Ji Fei. Half an hour later, a huge vortex appeared in the sky. The 4 eternal devils were all listless. 90% of the demonic energy in their bodies had been devoured by Ji Fei, and their eyes were listless. Boom! Soon, with a loud explosion, the 4 eternal devils were all turned to dust by the tyrannical power that erupted from Ji Fei's body. They were instantly killed in body and soul. The fiend race powerhouses watching from afar were all stunned by this scene. Could this guy be an eternal one of the heaven-devouring beasts? Someone exclaimed. At this time, the demonic energy exuding from Ji Fei's body was tyrannical to the extreme. His cultivation base had actually broken through to the eternal grand completion realm. This was a blessing in disguise. Ji Fei felt like his body was filled with an inexhaustible amount of power, and he wanted to vent it out. Roar! He threw his head back and roared, his voice shaking the skies. At this time, the news that Ji Fei had killed the 4 eternal devils of the Fire Demon clan spread. The entire Fire Demon clan was enraged, and they sent out a terrifying existence to kill Ji Fei. However, by this time, Ji Fei had already slipped away. Therefore, the Fire Demon clan immediately vented their anger on the Wood Demon clan. That mysterious demon directly killed his way into the Wood Demon clan's territory, slaughtering the Wood Demon clan until they cried for their parents. In the end, he even provoked an old ancestor of the Wood Demon clan. The battle between the 2 abnormal existences of the demons was wonderful to the extreme. This made the mysterious demon girl, who wanted to watch a good show, very happy. But Ji Fei went everywhere to attract hatred. Even the 5 elements demons were scourged by him. His cultivation base had broken through to the eternal grand completion realm. The 5 elements demons wanted to capture him, but they couldn't even see his shadow. Ha ha! This is fun. Outside the sealed world, the mysterious demon girl was overjoyed when she saw this scene. At this moment, the initially tranquil world of the sealed world was in an uproar. Countless powerful demons leaped out and danced about in a frenzy. Outside the sealed world, countless eternal demon masters wanted to break the sealed world. However, the eternal demon masters still couldn't shake the power of the sealed world even though they joined forces. Where is Master? How would I know? Could it be that Master is lost somewhere? The 4 Hongtian generals met up high in the sky, but they couldn't find Ji Fei. At this time, a few demon shadows soared into the sky and rushed toward the 4 Hongtian generals. Sigh, are these guys born in the year of the dog? Their noses are so sensitive. Wu Jixian couldn't help but smile bitterly. Then, he waved his big sleeves and slipped away before those demon shadows arrived. The 4 Hongtian generals had already become wanted targets of the Netherworld realm. In the end, the 4 Hongtian generals were trapped in a valley. A battle between good and evil inevitably broke out. This battle was earth-shattering. The entire valley was almost destroyed, and it was hard to determine the winner. However, as more and more devil race experts rushed over, the 4 primordial chaos generals fled. Where did that guy go? Chapter 48-36. Ji Fei attracted hatred everywhere in the sealed world of the underworld realm. The flames of war between the Wood Demon clan and the Fire Demon clan were finally ignited by him. The entire sealed world had been peaceful for too long, and it finally erupted. Not only did a war break out between the Wood Demon Clan and the Fire Demon Clan, but also between the other demons. The 7 major demons attacked each other and were having a great time. Meanwhile, the instigator of all this, Gu Fei, hid at the side and watched the show. He really turned the entire sealed world upside down. This guy is a jinx. Wherever he goes, the demons will suffer. Mysterious Demonis Hua Xiaojuo, who was watching the show from outside the sealed world, was also watching excitedly. Gu Fei's methods were really brilliant, but the most brilliant thing was that this guy could actually change his primordial qi at will. It should be known that the 5 elemental demons all had different primordial qi, but Gu Fei's primordial qi could be transformed into any of the 5 elemental demonic qis. It was this method of passing off the fake as the real one that allowed Gu Fei to eat and drink among the 5 elemental demons. He even attracted hatred from each other and had a great time playing. He didn't even know he had this talent. He almost didn't want it to end so soon. However, Gu Fei sensed that there was something in this world that was also devouring the heaven-earth essence qi of this world. This was not a trivial matter. The waters of the underworld realm were very deep. Or rather, the waters of the underworld God Island were very deep. Was there a mastermind behind all this? These demons were not easy to deal with. What made Gu Fei feel incredulous was that the demons here didn't seem to feel the heaven-earth essence qi of this world was flowing away. Once the 7 fiend clans started fighting, the heaven-earth essence qi in the sealed void would flow away at an even faster rate. Kill. Kill the bastards of the Wood Demon Clan. Kill all the bastards of the Fire Demon Clan. On the boundless plain, 2 great tribes of demons were facing each other. This was a great battle. Both the Fire Demons and Wood Demons had sent out their elites. On the plains, the 2 armies of demons each numbered in the millions. They blotted out the sky and covered the earth. The figures of the 2 demons could be seen everywhere. On a mountain peak in the distance stood a figure. It was Gu Fei. All of this was his masterpiece. At this time, he released his divine will with all his might, sensing the pulse of this world. He wanted to see who was behind all this, and who was the mastermind behind all this. Daring to make a move against the 7 demons and gather an endless amount of heaven and earth vital energy, such a method was simply too amazing. Could the peerless seal be the doing of the mastermind? He kept the 7 great pureblood demons in captivity, and unknowingly devoured the power of the 7 great pureblood demons. If that was the case, then it would truly be heaven-defying. Kill. Kill. On the plains, the 2 armies of demons clashed. In an instant, countless demons died in battle. Then, streams of vital energy rushed out from the corpses and disappeared into the world. Hey, there's really a chance. On the mountain peak, Gu Fei looked up at the sky. The entire sky was a super essence gathering array, gathering heaven and earth vital energy at all times. It was also gathering the vital energy of the dead demons. Who was behind all this? Gu Fei activated his eternal eyes. Then, he saw a stone coffin floating in the center of the essence-gathering demon formation. Swoosh. At this time, a demonic light rushed out from the stone coffin, piercing directly at Gu Fei at an extremely fast speed. Ha! Gu Fei's body became a blur, as though he had become one with the void around him. The demonic light pierced through his body directly. Boom! With a loud bang, the mountain under Gu Fei's feet was hit by the demonic light and exploded. Dust rose into the sky, and rocks flew everywhere. The 2 armies of demons who were fighting were stunned when they saw this scene. Who was so powerful that they could destroy a huge mountain with a single blow? In this sealed world, even an eternal level existence did not have such terrifying destructive power. After all, the sealed world was a sealed world. The 7 pure-blooded demons inside could not come out, and the demons outside could not enter either. The heaven and earth void of the sealed world was incomparably stable. Even an eternal existence would not be able to cause much trouble in the sealed world. However, once these guys became ruthless, it would still be very terrifying. The guys from the Wood Demon Clan and the Fire Demon Clan were scared out of their wits. They all stopped fighting and looked at the rising mushroom cloud in the distance. There's something wrong with that demon coffin. Ji Yufei had dodged the attack just now, but he was also shocked by the demon coffin's attack. This power definitely surpassed the eternal realm. If it had been an ordinary eternal being, the demon coffin's attack would have probably blasted them to smithereens. After cultivating to the eternal realm, Ji Yufei could easily use all kinds of techniques. What he had just used was one of the 9 esoteric secrets of the immortal Tao, the anti-void secret art. His body had become one with the void, so the demon coffin's attack could not hurt Ji Yufei at all. I say, little demoness, you've watched enough. Why don't you show yourself? What happened to the 3 days you promised? Hurry up and get me out of here. Ji Yufei roared at the sky. Master, this, outside the sealed world, mysterious demoness Hua Xiaojuo had yet to say anything, but her maid, Hua Yao Yao, could not bear it any longer. Hihi, let him have some fun in there. Mysterious demoness completely ignored Ji Yufei. How can I go back on my word? Ji Yufei was both shocked and angry. With his own cultivation, he could not break the seal at all. If he wanted to leave this damned place, he would have to rely on that little demoness. But that little demoness actually ignored him. What the hell is going on? Ji Yufei was a little dumbfounded. The 3 days were already up. Didn't they say it was only 3 days? I want to leave this place. You'd better have some fun in there for a few more days. Little demoness' voice rang out in Ji Yufei's mind. What? You can't do this. Ji Yufei was immediately infuriated. I can have fun as much as I want outside, but here, I'm like a bird in a cage. I can't fly any higher even if I want to. The sealed world was only so big, and the 7 pure-blooded demons were not that easy to fool. If the 7 pure-blooded demons found out that he was behind this, then he would have no place in this sealed world. The patriarchs of the 7 pure-blooded demons were not to be trifled with. Among these patriarchs, some of them had already taken that step. If he were to face the patriarchs of the 7 pure-blooded demons, he could only run for his life. The longer he stayed here, the more danger he would be in. Although Ji Yufei was very unhappy, there was nothing he could do. Outside the sealed world, the 4 primordial world generals were in trouble. They were almost forced to a dead end by the demon masters. Where is Master? Chapter 48-37. After Ji Yufei was thrown into the sealed world of the underworld realm by the mysterious demon woman, the situation of the 4 generals of Grand Mist became very dangerous. However, the 4 generals of Grand Mist were not to be trifled with. These 4 experts were all existences in the eternal realm, especially Wu Jixian, who was an existence at the peak of the eternal realm. It would not be easy for the demon master level demons in the underworld realm to kill them. However, the number of demon masters was too great. This time, when the underworld god demon hall opened, more than 30 eternal level demon clan powerhouses rushed in. Among these 30 powerhouses, there were even several peak eternal level supreme demon ancestors. 2 peak eternal realm supreme demon ancestors joined forces to force Wu Jixian to go all out. But when 3 peak eternal realm supreme demon ancestors joined forces, Wu Jixian could only escape. Wu Jixian's other 3 brothers' cultivation was far inferior to his. Facing the peak eternal realm demons, they only had one choice, and that was to escape. This time, 4 peak eternal realm supreme demon ancestors joined forces and led more than a dozen eternal realm supreme demon masters to besiege the 4 generals of Grand Mist. Wu Jixian led his brothers to escape. After a series of battles, he actually killed 3 eternal realm supreme demon masters and fought with a peak eternal realm supreme demon ancestor, injuring the supreme demon ancestor. However, he was suddenly hit by a peak eternal realm supreme demon ancestor who suddenly attacked him, causing him to spit out a mouthful of blood and injuring himself. With their cultivation, they used the power of the eternal Great Tao. Therefore, the injuries they suffered were all injuries of the Great Tao. This kind of injury was very fatal and difficult to recover from. With Wu Jixian injured, their situation became even more dangerous. The 4 generals of Grand Mist fought and retreated at the same time. Finally, they were forced into a valley. Buzz! Wu Jixian directly brought out the Grand Sky 4 Extremes Sealing Sky Grand Array. 4 heaven sealing flags soared from his hands and inserted into the 4 extremes of the valley, sealing the entire valley. Boom! Just as Wu Jixien sealed the entire valley, a loud sound rang out, and the entire Grand Sky 4 Extremes sealing Sky Grand Array shook. An unimaginably violent demonic power erupted. Countless runes appeared in the sky above the valley, blocking the demonic power that had just erupted. Preposterous! One after another, incomparably powerful demonic figures appeared around the valley. Each demonic figure represented an eternal-level demon master. Among the dozen or so demonic shadows, the 4 demon shadows seemed especially powerful. The other demon masters were like stars, but these 4 demon shadows were like demonic suns in the sky, illuminating the world. These were the 4 peak eternal demon ancestors. "Boss, what do we do now?" Wu Jizhan said to Wu Jixien. The other 2 were also looking at Wu Jixien. "What else can we do? Delay these fellows and wait for Master's rescue." After saying that, Wu Jixien sat down cross-legged on the ground. Even the other 3 brothers who knew of Wu Jixian's temperament were looking at Wu Jixien in shock. "Master!" Wu Jixien and the others were looking forward to it. Their new master's battle prowess was definitely top-notch. However, they didn't know where their new master went. Even with Wu Jixian's cultivation, he was unable to sense the presence of his new master. Wu Jixien and the others were even more unable to sense the presence of Ji Yufei. Boom! Another loud sound reverberated as a huge demonic claw grabbed towards Wu Jixien and the others in the valley. However, it was blocked by the power of the vast Sky 4 Extreme Sky Sealing Grand Array. "Boss, how long can this vast Sky Sealing Grand Array last?" Wu Jizhan asked. "How would I know?" Wu Jixien said straightforwardly. What? Wu Jixien and the others were shocked when they heard this. This vast Sky 4 Extreme Sky Sealing Grand Array was created by the vast Sky Heavenly Emperor in the past. Once the 4 extreme array flags were used, it could seal the heaven and earth. Moreover, the array flags of the vast Sky Sealing Grand Array were personally refined by the vast Sky Heavenly Emperor in the past. As long as these 4 array flags were used, the Grand Array would be able to block the attacks of existences surpassing the Eternal Realm. Even if a peak Eternal Demon Ancestor wanted to break through this Grand Array, it wouldn't be an easy task. "You old farts, what are you waiting for if you don't make a move?" A peak Eternal Demon Ancestor roared at the surrounding experts of the Devil Dao. "Old Ghost Mingmi, since when did you have the right to give orders here?" Another peak Eternal Demon Ancestor said disapprovingly. "Little brat Ji Huang, are you itching for a beating?" The demon ancestor called Mingmi said angrily. "TCH, with just you? You want to beat this daddy? Ha ha." Ancestor Ji Huang laughed contemptuously. "You bastard." Ancestor Mingmi roared and was about to attack Ancestor Ji Huang. However, at this moment, a demonic figure appeared between them. "Alright, what time is it? Do you still want to fight among yourselves?" It was a young man with a pair of scarlet eyebrows. Although he looked young, he was actually a super antique. "Di Zun, what do you mean?" Ancestor Ji Huang said coldly. "What do I mean? What I mean is, let's get rid of these guys first." Di Zun glanced at Ancestor Ji Huang indifferently. "Alright, if you're so awesome, then come." Ji Huang said disdainfully. It's easier said than done to break the vast Sky 4 Extreme Sky Sealing Grand Array. A voice resounded. The 4th peak Eternal Demon Ancestor spoke. "Ancestor Longan, what did you say? This is the legendary ancient Sky Sealing Grand Array? How is this possible? Wasn't this array lost long ago?" Some super antiques who had lived for countless years were discussing in low voices. The vast Sky 4 Extreme Sky Sealing Grand Array was very famous in the distant past. It was a supreme array created by the vast Sky Heavenly Emperor. The vast Sky Heavenly Emperor had long been forgotten by the world. However, this Grand Array had existed for a very long time. The world only knew of the vast Sky 4 Extreme Sky Sealing Grand Array, but not the vast Sky Heavenly Emperor. "Let's join forces and give it a try." Ancestor Longan swept his gaze across everyone and said. Ancestor Ji Huang and the others did not speak. These fellows were extremely shrewd. At this time, whoever made the first move would be unlucky. "You guys, sigh, Ancestor Long Gan let out a long sigh and did not speak anymore. People from the Devil Dao had always been selfish. If one wanted them to contribute, then they would have to offer sufficient benefits. People from the Devil Dao would not do anything that did not bring benefits. At this time, the encirclement of the vast sky four great generals fell into a deadlock. Meanwhile, Ji Yufei was still trapped in the sealed world. He could not wait to leave this damned place immediately, because this place had become extremely dangerous. Previously, he had been fanning the flames and drawing hatred everywhere, offending all the devil clan forces in the sealed world. If people found out that all of this was done by him, he would have no way to escape to heaven and no door to hell. Chapter 48:38. How can I leave this damned place? In the sealed world of the Netherworld realm, Ji Yufei sat cross-legged on the peak of a demonic mountain, breathing in and out the demonic energy of heaven and earth. The primordial chaos technique he cultivated could refine all the yuan qi between heaven and earth. The primordial chaos technique was a combination of all the techniques Ji Yufei was proficient in and countless other techniques to finally form a technique that belonged solely to him. In recent years, this cultivation method of his had gradually become complete and matured. As such, he named the cultivation technique the primordial chaos art. It was a heaven-defying cultivation technique that allowed him to refine any yuan qi between heaven and earth into primordial chaos qi. He could also convert the primordial chaos qi into any yuan qi in the world. Rumble. The void around Ji Yufei trembled and rumbled. The other demons on the mountain were scared out of their wits and fled down the mountain. The aura that erupted from Ji Yufei's body gradually grew stronger and stronger until it was like a volcanic eruption, shaking the heavens and earth. Brother Ji Yufei, so you were hiding here. At this moment, a demonic figure appeared on the peak of the mountain and stopped in front of Ji Yufei. Hey, it's Brother Ishan. You've come to find me. Is there something good that you want me to benefit from? Ji Yufei smiled. He had used his real name in the sealed world, so no one here recognized him. However, he displayed the power of the moon, so the demons in the sealed world thought he was the demon master of the moon demons. Although the moon demons were one of the 7 great demon Dao factions in the sealed world, they were a very mysterious race. Ji Yufei was the most suitable person to pretend to be the demon master of the moon demons. However, Ji Yufei was also well aware that his identity as the moon demons would soon be exposed. He had already received news that the old fogies of the moon demons were about to come out of seclusion. Once the old antiques of the moon demons came out of seclusion and came knocking on his door, Ji Yufei's identity would be directly exposed. At that time, he, Ji Yufei, would become the public enemy of the sealed world. Thinking of this, Ji Yufei felt a headache coming on. Demons were all about benefits. This Yi Shan was one of the 5 elemental demons. He was an ancestor of the Earth Demon clan and was extremely powerful. It was definitely not a good thing for this fellow to come knocking on his door. Ha ha. Brother, I've come this time to give you lunar demons a great fortune. Old demon Yi Shan smiled. Oh, a great fortune? Tell me about it. Ji Yufei stopped and looked at old devil Ishan with a faint smile. Brother, have you heard of the legend of the wood race's ancestral land? Old demon Yi Shan smiled. Ayo, I've never heard of it. Ji Yufei pretended not to care. Hehe, brother, you must be joking. How could you not know? Old demon Yi Shan looked like he was an idiot. Actually, he did not know that Ji Yufei really thought of him as the #1 idiot in the world. I really don't know. Ji Yufei had a helpless expression. Actually, he was not pretending. He really did not know. Keep pretending. Alright, let's get down to business. We want to form an alliance with the moon demons. We want to attack the wood race's ancestral land. If we can destroy the wood race, the ancestral vein of the wood race's ancestral land will belong to the moon demons. How about it? Old devil Ishan rattled on. That sounds interesting. Can I think about it? Ji Yufei's eyes lit up. The ancestral land of the wood race was definitely a peerless treasure land in the sealed world. If he could obtain the ancestral vein of this peerless treasure land, it would be of great benefit to him. I say, brother, do you still need to think about this? Old demon Yishan said in annoyance. This was truly a great opportunity. No one would refuse it. How do I know that you won't stab us in the back? Ji Yufei looked at old demon Yishan meaningfully. Ayo, brother, why would we do such a treacherous thing? Old demon Yishan did not even blush or pant. He did not even have to draft a lie. Ji Yufei actually did not look down on this guy. That was because there were many cases of cheating among the demons. You should at least let me inform the clan. Ji Yufei smiled bitterly. All right. I'll wait for you for half a day. Half a day. Otherwise, I'll find someone else. After saying that, old demon Ishan bade farewell to Ji Yufei and left Demon Mountain. Sigh, what a headache. After seeing old demon Yishan leave, Ji Yufei could not help but frown. Where was he going to find those old antiques of the moon demons? After all, he was a fake. Why don't I go find those old antiques of the moon demons? Thinking of this, Ji Yufei immediately left the Demon Mountain. Is this guy really from the moon demons? Just as Ji Yufei left the Demon Mountain, a figure suddenly appeared on the Demon Mountain. He looked in the direction where Ji Yufei disappeared and seemed to be deep in thought. This guy was old demon Yishan, who had left earlier. Old demon Yishan was a very suspicious person. He did not trust Ji Yufei. At least, he did not trust Ji Yufei completely. Ji Yufei naturally knew where the mountain gate of the moon demons was. This was because he had already investigated the territories of the sealed world. He had even checked the mountain gates of the 7 great demons. Otherwise, how would he dare to pretend to be the moon demons and attract hatred everywhere? However, at this time, he transformed his demon Dao essence into earth demonic chi. This time, he was going to pretend to be from the Demon Slayer clan. Who are you? Just as Ji Yufei arrived outside the mountain gate of the moon demons, a middle-aged man in black jumped out from the mountain gate. This middle-aged man had white hair and a short stature. His looks were not outstanding, but Ji Yufei did not dare to underestimate this guy. He could sense a very strong cold aura from this guy's body. This was an expert who did not show his strength. He was at least at the initial level of the Eternal Realm. His real combat strength could only be known after a fight. I am Yi Yu from the Earth Tribe. I would like to see an elder from the Sun Moon Tribe. I have a great opportunity. I wonder if the elder from the Sun Moon Tribe is interested. Ji Yufei cupped his hands towards the middle-aged man opposite him. You are from the Earth Tribe. You have an opportunity for the Sun Moon Tribe. The middle-aged man's eyes suddenly lit up. He stared at Ji Yufei, trying to see through Ji Yufei. Please follow me, the middle-aged man said as he walked in front. Ji Yufei hurriedly followed. In the eyes of the moon demons were the moon sacred tribe. Ji Yufei wanted to see the patriarch of the moon sacred tribe. If it was under normal circumstances, he would not be able to see him. However, it was different now. The sealed world was in chaos. Although the moon demons were hiding from the world, they were also affected. There were already many demon tribes who wanted to rope in the moon demons. It was absolutely impossible for the moon demons to avoid the storm. Chapter 48-39. Ji Yufei was fooling people again. He wanted to do something ruthless and completely ignite the war between the demons in the sealed world. Old demon Ishan of the Earth Demon Tribe came to look for Ji Yufei, the fake demon master of the Sun Moon Demons. He wanted to invite the Sun Moon Demons to come out of the mountain and destroy the Wood Demon Tribe together. Old demon Ishan had calculated everything. However, he had never expected that the young man in front of him was not the demon master of the Sun Moon Demons. Ji Yufei was even more daring. He had disguised himself as the demon master of the Earth Demon Tribe and found the mountain gate of the Sun Moon Demons. Then, under the guidance of the middle-aged man who was guarding the mountain gate, he walked directly into the mountain gate of the Sun Moon Demons. The ancestral land of the Sun Moon Demon Tribe was indeed extraordinary. The moment Ji Yufei stepped into the mountain gate, he felt a gust of cold air assaulting his body. What a pure Sun Moon spiritual chi! This is definitely a peerless treasure land, Ji Yufei exclaimed as he pretended to feel the surrounding spiritual chi. Brother Yi Yu, It is not that we are boasting, but our ancestral land is much stronger than the ancestral land of the Earth Sacred Tribe. The middle-aged man who was guarding the mountain gate said with a smile. Brother Yin, he is right. Our ancestral land is not comparable to your ancestral land. Ji Fei agreed. At that moment, Yin He brought Ji Fei, who had changed his name to Yi, to a valley at the back of the mountain. Great clan elder, Dao brother Yi of the Sacred Earth clan has something to discuss with you. Yin He bowed respectfully towards the valley. Come in. An old voice came from the valley. The great tribe elder of the Sun Moon tribe was the most powerful existence among the Sun Moon demons, apart from the Sun Moon tribe leader. Even the tribe leader of the Sun Moon demons had to respect him. Yes. Yin He responded carefully and then led Ji Fei into the valley. When Ji Fei followed the Yin crane into the valley, his eyes lit up. There was a whole new world inside the valley. Spiritual qi gathered here, flowers bloomed, and a stone path led directly into the valley. Within the valley, there were pavilions, terraces, and pavilions, a small bridge, and flowing water. Spiritual mist lingered in the air. This was simply a place that was even more fairyland than a fairyland. Seeing this scene, Ji Fei couldn't help feeling nervous. There wasn't even the slightest trace of devilish qi in this valley. How was that possible? Devilish qi surged to the heavens outside the valley. Ji Fei followed Inhe all the way. It was like he had walked into a supreme immortal land. Only Inhe and Ji Fei had a strong demonic aura. Return to the natural state? Ji Fei couldn't help but be surprised. There wasn't even a trace of devilish qi here. What did that mean? Soon, Ji Fei was led to a pavilion by Inhe. He saw an old man in white sitting in the pavilion. There was an exquisite tea set on the table in front of the old man. There was a crystal-clear pot with water boiling in it. Yi of the Earth Sacred Tribe greets Senior. Ji Fei, who had changed his name to Yi, hurriedly bowed to the old man in the pavilion. There wasn't a trace of devilish qi coming from the old man, and he looked like a kind old man. Not only did the old man not look like a demon, but he even gave off a sage-like aura. What do you want to see me about? The old man didn't look at Ji Fei and just continued to make tea. I don't lie in front of a true demon. My Earth Sacred Tribe wants to destroy the Wood Sacred Tribe, so I want to form an alliance with the Sun Sacred Tribe. What do you think? Ji Fei said carefully. You want to destroy the Wood Tribe? The old man's eyes lit up when he heard this. That's right. As long as the Sun Sacred Tribe is willing to help, the ancestral land of the Wood Tribe will belong to the Sun Sacred Tribe. Ji Fei continued to bluff. Hehe, how can there be such a good thing in this world? The old man sneered. The ancestral land of the Wood Tribe was not an ordinary place. It was a peerless treasure land. Would the Earth Tribe be willing to give it away? Senior, my tribe only wants to destroy the Wood Tribe. Other than the ancestral land of the Wood Tribe, the other territories of the Wood Tribe will belong to my tribe. Ji Fei pretended to be sincere and said. The old man still shook his head. Senior, how about this? My tribe will be the vanguard. When my tribe can't hold on anymore, then you will help. What do you think? Ji Fei continued to bluff. Are you telling the truth? The Sun Great Tribe Elder was really tempted. The ancestral land of the Wood Tribe. It would be great for the Sun Sacred Demons if they could easily take it. How would I dare to lie to you? Unless I want to die. Ji Fei said with a serious face. I don't think you dare. The old man nodded. He would never have thought that Ji Fei was bluffing him to help in front of him. That's settled. The old man thought for a while and agreed. All right. Thank you, Senior. I will go back and report to my tribe leader. Ji Fei pretended to be overjoyed and immediately bid farewell to the old man. The great clan elder of the great Yin demon race didn't have any intention of keeping Ji Fei here and continued to brew his tea. Ji Fei pretended to be overjoyed and left the ancestral land of the Sun Sacred Demons. He went back to the peak of the Demon Mountain where he had stayed previously. Brother, you are finally back. At this time, the Earth Demon clan's old demon Ishan was already waiting for Ji Fei on the peak of the mountain. Brother Ishan, it's done. Ji Fei said to the old demon Ishan with a smile. What? Are you telling the truth? The old demon Ishan was surprised and overjoyed. If he could form an alliance with the Sun Sacred Demons, it would be much easier to destroy the Wood Demon clan. Moreover, this way, the Earth Demon clan's losses would be minimized. Brother, don't be too happy yet. I spent a lot of effort to convince my tribe's great tribe elder to agree to the alliance. However, the great tribe elder has a condition. Ji Fei said in a low voice. What condition? The old demon Ishan could not help but frown. My tribe's great tribe elder said that you will be the vanguard. We will not take action unless it's an emergency. Ji Fei said. Brother, what do you mean by that? The old demon Ishan was instantly displeased. Brother, don't misunderstand, this is not my idea, it is the idea of our clan's great elder. The great elder's idea is that if your two clan can defeat the Wood clan, we won't do anything, but if you can't defeat the Wood clan, we won't do anything. Only if you can't defeat the Wood clan will we do something. Ji Fei directly stated the great tribe elder's intention. This, the old demon Ishan could not help but be dumbfounded. It seemed that the other party did not want to do anything and reap the fruits of others' labor. How could there be such a shameless fellow in this world? This was outrageous, too shameless. The old demon Ishan wanted to curse. However, he did not dare to offend Ji Fei at this time. What's the matter, brother Ishan? Are you in trouble? Chapter 4840. The Earth Demons tribe had wanted to form an alliance with the Sun-Moon Demons through Ji Fei. Then, the two great demons would join forces to destroy the Wood Demon tribe. However, the Grand Elder of the Sun-Moon Demons was really shameless. He had proposed a condition that even Ji Fei found hard to accept, let alone the Earth Demon tribe. Brother Ji, the Sun-Moon Holy tribe is not sincere at all. My tribe's patriarch will never agree to this condition. Old demon Ishan said unhappily. Sigh, brother Ishan, I am also in a difficult position. This is the intention of our Grand Elder. Ji Fei pretended to be in a difficult position. What? This is the intention of your Grand Elder? Old demon Ishan was stunned when he heard this. If this was the intention of the tribe leader of the Sun-Moon Demons, he could still negotiate with the other party. Perhaps, he might be able to obtain better conditions. However, if this was the intention of the Grand Elder of the Sun-Moon Demons, then there was no need to negotiate. Old demon Ishan knew a little about the temper of the Grand Elder of the Sun-Moon Demons. Once the Grand Elder of the Sun-Moon Demons had decided on something, he would never change his mind. This fellow was a stubborn old man. Even the Sun-Moon tribe leader had to give him some face. Brother Ji, why don't you go back and talk to him? Old demon Ishan was still unwilling to give up. This was a rare opportunity to destroy the Wood Demon tribe. Once they missed it, they would never have another chance like this again. The Wood Demon tribe and the Fire Demon tribe had been greatly weakened after the battle. If the Earth Demon tribe joined forces with the Sun-Moon Demons, they would be able to deal a fatal blow to the Wood Demon tribe. However, the conditions proposed by the Grand Elder of the Sun-Moon tribe were really hard to accept. Brother Ishan, actually it is already very good that our Grand Elder is willing to help. Please don't make things difficult for me. Ji Fei pretended to be helpless as he spoke. This, old demon Ishan was also very helpless. Brother Ishan, why don't you go back and talk to your Grand Elder first? If he is willing, I will inform the Grand Elder to send someone over immediately. How about that? Ji Fei suggested. Old demon Yishan pondered for a long time before saying, all right, that's the only way. He then bid farewell to Ji Fei. Go ahead and absorb. I want to see what kind of changes will happen to you after you absorb all the worldly spiritual energy. Ji Fei, who was sitting cross-legged at the peak of the Devil Mountain, inclined his head and stared into the depths of the sky. His eternal heavenly eye directly peered into the void, seeing through the layers of formations, and his gaze landed on the stone coffin floating in the air. The ancient sarcophagus had existed for who knew how long, and who knew how much heaven and earth spiritual chi it had absorbed. The thing in the sarcophagus wanted to revive. Using a heaven-defying method, He laid down a spirit-gathering formation that enveloped a sealed world, gathering boundless spirit chi to nourish the stone coffin in the eye of the formation. There was only one goal, and that was to revive the creature in the stone coffin. What else could he do? Be careful, don't play with fire. At this moment, the mysterious demoness voice suddenly sounded in Ji Yufei's mind. Ayo, my great-aunt, you're finally here. Hurry up and get me out. Ji Yufei was surprised and overjoyed. Not yet. I'll bring you out when you're done feeding that thing in the sky. The voice of the mysterious demoness continued to sound in Ji Yufei's mind. Don't. If I don't feed that thing for a day, wouldn't I not be able to go out? Ji Yufei was immediately pissed off. Ian, how about you persevere for another 10 days? In these 10 days, you have to go all out to attract hatred for me. I want to see the 7 major races killing each other. The voice of the mysterious demoness was filled with coldness. Ji Yufei's heart turned cold. Could it be that this chick had a grudge with the 7 major demons of the sealed world? I hope you can keep your promise. Actually, Ji Yufei didn't really trust this mysterious demoness that much. He had been tricked by this chick once before. Do a good job, I have high hopes for you. The mysterious demoness smiled. Ji Yufei was immediately speechless. He directly pointed his middle finger at the sky. What surprised Ji Yufei was that old demon Ishan actually returned very quickly. Then, what surprised Ji Yufei even more was that the Earth demon race actually agreed to the conditions of the lunar demons. Damn, I've really lived for a long time. They actually agreed to such conditions. We'll take action tomorrow at noon. Old demon Ishan and Ji Yufei agreed on a time to take action, then left in a hurry. Ji Yufei sent old demon Ishan off. He was a little confused. Why was the Earth demon race so eager to destroy the Wood demon race? Who cares, I'll just continue to attract hatred. Ji Yufei couldn't be bothered to think too much about it. He then left the demon mountain and went to the lunar demons again. The one waiting for him outside the mountain gate was still Yin He. This time, Ji Yufei directly went to pay a visit to the great clan elder. Then, he directly left the lunar demons with the 8 great experts and returned to the peak of the demon mountain where he stayed. The lunar demons sent 8 great experts. Although they were few in number, these 8 great experts were the most powerful among the lunar demons, apart from the demon master and the great clan elder. Every one of them was an elder of the Tai Yin demon clan, and they were all in the eternal realm. The boss of the 8 great experts was even a peak eternal realm existence. These 8 great experts of the lunar demons were enough to turn the situation around. The 8 experts all had a cold expression on their faces, as if they were 1,000 miles away from anyone who dared to approach them. The night passed uneventfully. Early the next morning, Ji Yufei began to contact old demon Ishan. Soon, old demon Ishan arrived. When he saw the 8 great eternal realm generals standing behind Ji Yufei, he couldn't help but be moved. It seemed that the lunar demons had put in a lot of effort. At this time, in the ancestral land of the Wood demon clan, there was a gloomy atmosphere. The battle with the Fire demon clan had greatly damaged their vitality. The Fire demon clan retreated, but the Earth demon clan came. This Earth demon clan wanted to take advantage of the situation, but the Earth demon clan directly activated the protective mountain formation. In this way, it would not be easy for any of the demons to attack. Dong, 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 at noon, with the sound of war drums, the Earth demon clan finally made their move. The whole sky and earth darkened. Outside the ancestral land of the Wood demon clan, banners fluttered, and devil chi was vast. The army of the Earth demon clan directly surrounded the ancestral land of the Wood demon clan. The battle broke out, and the killing intent was earth-shattering. The experts of the Earth demon clan began to attack. However, the ancestral land of the Wood demon clan was enveloped by a layer of demonic light, which blocked the attack of the Earth demon clan. Swoosh! Powerful demonic shadows appeared around the ancestral land of the Wood demon clan. Then, the Earth demon clan actually laid down a killing formation, intending to obliterate the protective mountain formation of the Wood demon clan. It has finally begun. Chapter 48-41. The war between the Earth Demon Clan and the Wood Demon Clan had finally begun. With the ancestral land of the Wood Demon Clan as the center, the area within a radius of hundreds of thousands of miles was shrouded in demonic aura. Countless demonic shadows could be vaguely seen within the demonic aura. Huge demonic shadows appeared near the ancestral land of the Wood Demon Clan. They were dozens of giant demonic dragons. These demonic dragons were not ordinary demonic dragons, but barbaric earth dragons. These ancient demonic dragons were peerless and powerful. A single demonic dragon could annihilate a living being. Dozens of barbaric earth dragons appeared at the same time. The demonic aura was shocking. It was a rare sight even in the sealed world. Set up the formation. Set up the formation. A series of angry roars were heard. Demonic flags appeared around the ancestral land of the Wood Demon Clan. Countless ancient demonic marks could be seen on each demonic flag. The demonic marks on the demonic flags rushed out from the demonic flags and imprinted themselves in the void. They formed a huge demonic formation that enveloped the entire ancestral land of the Wood Demon Clan. "Are you really going to exterminate my clan?" At this moment, an old voice came from the depths of the ancestral land of the Wood Demon Clan. "There's no point in talking. Today, the Earth Sacred Clan will exterminate your Wood tribe." An equally old voice came from the heavens. "Is it Brother Yi Long? The enmity between our clan and yours isn't irreconcilable." The old voice continued to come from the depths of the ancestral land of the Wood tribe. "Mu Hong, come out and fight." The voice in the sky said. "If that's the case, let's fight." As soon as the voice finished speaking, a cave in the depths of the ancestral land of the Wood tribe exploded. Dust rose high into the sky. Some of the rocks even smashed into the protective formation of the ancestral land of the Wood Demon Clan. A demonic shadow shot into the sky and broke through the protective formation. It also broke through the killing formation of the Earth Demon Clan and charged into the depths of the heavens. Ancestor. The ancestral land of the Wood Demon Clan was filled with cries. Mu Hong Meng was one of the ancestors of the Wood Demon Clan. He had existed for countless years. However, the ancestor of the Wood Demon Clan had suffered heavy injuries in the Great Battle back then. Even after countless years of recuperation, not only was he unable to recover to his peak condition, his injuries had instead worsened. Mu Hong had no choice but to seal up his devil essence to survive until now. However, once he undid the seal, he would die without a doubt. In other words, Mu Hong could only attack once before disappearing into thin air. The people in the ancestral land of the Wood Demon Clan were naturally aware of this result. Otherwise, they wouldn't be crying. Rumble, a deafening explosion erupted in the sky. Terrifying blood-colored demonic lights tore through the void like blood-colored lightning. This is, high up in the sky, Ji Yufei couldn't help but be shocked when he saw this scene. The Wood Demon Clan actually hid such a powerful fellow. This fellow's cultivation probably surpassed the Eternal Realm. The ancestor of the Wood Clan, Mu Hong. "Don't you know him?" An eternal expert from the Great Yin Demon Clan behind Ji Yufei said. In their eyes, Ji Yufei was the Earth Demon Clan's Yi Yu. "Of course I know him. But didn't I hear that Mu Hong died a long time ago? Why is he still alive?" Ji Yufei said, pretending to be surprised. "Hehe, Brother Yi, you probably don't know this. It's said that Mu Hong has died, but how can such an existence die so easily?" Another eternal expert from the Moon Demons said with a smile. "That's true," Ji Yufei nodded in agreement. "Even eternal ones would have a hard time dying. They had all kinds of mysterious methods to preserve their lives, let alone supreme existences that surpassed the Eternal Realm. When can I break through to the Eternal Realm?" Ji Yufei looked at the two figures fighting in the depths of the sky and said enviously. "You mean the Infinite Realm?" An elder from the Moon Demons said. Ji Yufei couldn't help but be surprised. Above the Eternal Realm was the Infinite Realm? But he remained calm. "Haha, it's just a thought," Ji Yufei said with a smile. "It's impossible to take that step in this sealed world. But if we can break out of this sealed world, it'll be hard to say," the old man from the Tai Yin demon race said in a low voice. Ji Yufei didn't say anything. Because at this time, the killing array laid down by the Earth Demon clan began to operate. Endless demonic chi gathered in the killing array and condensed into 9 giant dragons. The 9 dragons directly rushed towards the Wood Demon clan's protective array. Boom! With a deafening bang, the 9 demonic dragons directly collided with the light shield of the Guardian formation, causing the entire Guardian formation of the Wood Demon clan to shake. In the void, countless Tao patterns of the demons intertwined and were annihilated. The 9 dragons condensed from endless demonic chi directly collapsed in the void. Terrifying demonic Tao power erupted, and an energy storm raged in the sky. Wonderful. Too wonderful. Jiyu Fei was in high spirits. Even the 8 eternal experts from the Moon Demons were shocked. At this time, the Wood Demon clan also began to counterattack. Layer after layer of killing arrays were activated. The terrifying murderous aura was earth-shattering. Even the heavens and earth paled. Kill. The Wood Demon clan desperately activated the killing array. Shocking sword light pierced out from the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan and pierced towards the Earth Demon clan's experts in all directions. An Earth Demon elder who was in charge of controlling the killing formation sneered. The power of the killing formation erupted and the sword light that pierced through the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan shattered in the void. The killing array of the Earth Demon clan was like a millstone, intending to grind the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan. This, in the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan, the disciples of the Wood Demon clan who saw this scene were stunned. Rumble, the huge millstone fell from the sky and directly obliterated the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan. Boom. At this time, there was a loud noise. Another powerful wave of demonic Tao power erupted from the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan. The next moment, a huge beam of light rushed out from the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan and pierced through the millstone falling from the sky. However, although the demonic light was powerful, it was blocked by the power of the killing array of the Earth Demon clan. Activate the Heavenly Demon Halberd. An elder of the Earth Demon clan roared. The next moment, a demonic halberd appeared in the middle of the killing array. Buzz. The demonic halberd vibrated and revealed a wave of power that surpassed the eternal realm. The surrounding void trembled. This is a Tao weapon that surpassed the eternal realm? Chapter 48-42. In the sealed world of the Netherworld realm, the Earth Demon clan and the Wood Demon clan were engaged in a life-and-death battle. This battle concerned the fate of the 2 great demons. If the Earth Demon clan won, they would be able to take over the Earth Demon clan's territory, and the Earth Demon clan's power would increase greatly. Of course, the Wood Demon clan's ancestral land would be given to the Lunar Demons. However, if the Lunar Demons did not make a move, the Earth Demon clan did not seem to need to give the Wood Demon clan's ancestral land to the Lunar Demons. Brother Yi Yu, it's time for us to make a move. In the distant sky, an elder of the Lunar Demons behind Jiyu Fei said. They had an agreement between them. If they did not make a move and the Earth Demon clan conquered the Wood Demon clan's ancestral land, they would have nothing to do with it. At that time, the Lunar Demons would not be able to gain any benefits. Benefits? What did the 7 great demons value the most in the sealed world? That was profit. If there were no great benefits, why would the Lunar Demons help? Let's wait for a while. Jiyu Fei smiled. Wait. The elders of the Lunar Demons were displeased. They suspected that Jiyu Fei was stalling for time because the Earth Demon clan had gained the upper hand. The Earth Demon clan was planning to swallow the Wood Demon clan's ancestral land. How could they allow that? However, just as the elders of the Lunar Demons were about to make a move, a powerful aura enough to make the Eternal One's heart palpitate erupted from the Wood Demon clan's ancestral land. Limitless, the elders of the Lunar Demons immediately cowered. Didn't you say you wanted to make a move? Now is the time, Jiyu Fei said deliberately. Let's wait for a while. The elders of the Lunar Demons were extremely embarrassed. However, these old fellows were all very shrewd. Making a move now was no different from throwing away their lives. The power of an limitless realm was not something they could contend with. At this moment, a demonic halberd soared into the sky, directly breaking through the Wood Demon clan's defensive grand formation, followed by the Earth Demon Clan's supreme killing formation. In front of this demonic halberd, nothing could block its attack. Rumble, boundless demonic aura rushed out from the ancestral land of the wood demons and gathered high in the sky, forming a gigantic demonic shadow. The demonic figure grabbed the demonic halberd, and in the next moment, an even stronger force erupted from the demonic halberd. The demonic figure also became extremely clear, as if it was going to walk out of the void and become a peerless demon with flesh and blood. That works too. Ji Fei was also shocked by this scene. What was this? Was the ancestor of the Wood Demon clan returning? If that was the case, then there would be a good show to watch. It seemed that the 7 great demons of this sealed world were not to be trifled with. Fortunately, there was the existence of the seal. Otherwise, if the 7 great demons were to rush out of the nether realm, the countless living beings of eternal world would suffer. At this moment, Ji Fei suddenly felt that the stone coffin in the endless sky was changing. The stone coffin was madly devouring the demonic power. The ancient demonic runes on the stone coffin gradually lit up. Damn, is there really a living being that can defy the heavens and be reborn? Ji Fei was really curious. Defying the heavens and being reborn was not that easy. At the very least, one's primordial spirit must not dissipate. However, if even the primordial spirit dissipated, and the mark of life was erased, then one would be completely dead. How could one be reborn? Back then, the peerless ruthless man of the human realm could defy the heavens and be reborn because his primordial spirit was still there. However, now, Ji Fei could no longer pay attention to the stone coffin hidden in the layers of formations. That was because the demonic figure above the ancestral land of the Wood tribe had already made its move. The demonic figure wielded the sky-splitting demon halberd and swept in all directions. Everywhere it passed, countless earth demons were directly shattered in the void, their bodies and souls destroyed. Even the mountainous savage earth dragons were smashed into pieces when they were struck by the heaven-splitting demonic halberd. In the next moment, even their bones were crushed into powder. What else can we do? The army of the Earth Demon clan was directly defeated by the demonic figure. All the clansmen of the Earth Demon clan turned around and fled. If they did not flee, they would die. No one wanted to die. Outrageous. You all don't want to live anymore. You used the supreme killing weapon of the infinite grade. You all must die. A powerful demonic figure appeared in the distant sky and roared at the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan. Humph. Even if we die, we will drag your Earth Demon clan to hell. An extremely angry voice came from the ancestral land of the Wood Demon clan. Humph. Only the Wood Demon clan has the infinite grade sacred weapon? The ancestor of the Earth Demon clan snickered. In the next moment, his body shook and the shadow of a dragon dashed out from his body. A dragon's roar resounded through the 9 heavens. Within the dragon shadow, a demonic spear hummed. I will use my life to exchange for the future of my clan. The ancestor of the Earth Demon clan roared and soared into the sky. He grabbed the dragon shadow and charged at the sky-splitting demon halberd. Another peerless power? Ji Fei was a little dumbfounded. These demons were too confident. If they were released, they would be overlords that could dominate an area. That mysterious demoness must be an infinite grade existence too. Infinite grade. Ji Fei really wanted to know just how powerful an existence of that level was. Meanwhile, high up in the sky, the battle between the Wood clan's progenitor Mu Hong and the Earth Demon clan's progenitor Yi Long was still going on. The 2 progenitor-level existences were locked in a stalemate. Sigh. While Ji Fei was shocked, he also felt a sense of helplessness. He realized that he could not interfere in a battle of this level. This level of power made him feel insignificant. This made him very unhappy. Ha ha. That guy is finally coming back to life. Meanwhile, high up in the sky outside the sealed world, the mysterious demoness, Hua Xiaojuo, was watching excitedly. Everything was under her control. She was the one who had orchestrated the whole show. Hua Xiaojuo just liked to play. She did not care about the life and death of the demons in the sealed world. Rumble, in the eye of the sealing formation, the stone coffin was constantly shaking. The sealing formation was devouring the infinite grade power. These two powers were too strong. This caused the stone coffin to change. The living being in the stone coffin is coming out. Jiu Fei noticed the abnormality of the stone coffin again. Someone who has been dead for countless years can still come back to life. The mysterious demoness was very curious. She was no stranger to the fellow in the stone coffin. He came from the same place as her. However, that fellow was very unlucky and died. Although he was dead, he was trying to come back to life. But was that even possible? The mysterious demoness was very doubtful. Boom! With a loud bang, the lid of the sarcophagus in the ceiling formation was directly blown away. Chapter 48-43. The ceiling formation gathered the spiritual chi of heaven and earth. It was also devouring the power that had erupted during the battle between Mu Hong, the Wood Demon Clan's ancestor, and Yi Long, the Earth Demon Clan's ancestor. Furthermore, in the sky above the ancestral grounds of the Wood Demon Clan, there were two peerless powers clashing continuously. This was a battle between the Earth Demon Clan's strongest demonic weapon and the Wood Demon Clan's strongest demonic weapon. The stone coffin that had absorbed the infinite power finally changed. The lid of the coffin flew off, and an arm covered in black hair reached out from the stone coffin. What the hell is this? Jiu Fei saw this scene with his martial path divine eye. He was shocked. Could it be a corpse? Once a creature with such a powerful background underwent a corpse transformation, it would be no laughing matter. Jiu Fei guessed that the creature in the stone coffin was most likely an infinite power. The infinite Tao body was many times more powerful than the eternal Tao body. Even if the fellow in the sarcophagus had not been reborn against the heavens, he definitely had the genuine infinite Tao body. At this time, the Wood Demon Clan's and Earth Demon Clan's ancestors had not noticed the change in the ceiling formation. They were still fighting desperately. The two demons controlling the two infinite power demonic weapons did not notice anything strange either. That guy, Jiu Fei, found that the creature in the stone coffin in the depths of the ceiling formation had sat up. Oh my, oh my, oh my. When Jiu Fei saw that guy, he was shocked. The guy was covered in black hair, and some parts of his body revealed white bones. He was badly mutilated and did not look like a human. It was too disgusting. This guy was even uglier than an evil spirit. Brother Yi Yu, what's wrong? Seeing that Jiu Fei seemed to be frightened, the 8 demons behind Jiu Fei were all shocked. Nothing. Jiu Fei shook his head and said, "Now is the best time for you to make a move. Brothers of the Holy Moon Tribe, what are you waiting for? Make a move." The eternal sovereigns of the 8 great moon demons exchanged glances. However, none of them said anything. What a joke. Attacking now would be no different from courting death. Then you won't have the chance to act. Jiu Fei suddenly turned around and smiled at the eternal of the 8 lunar demons. Brother Yi Yu, what do you mean by that? Yin Yuan Feng, the leader of the 8 eternal ones of the moon demons, roared at Jiu Fei. Nothing, I'm just, what is it? That's right. I'm going to send you on your way. As soon as Jiu Fei said that, he attacked. His first move was a killing move. Countless peerless swordlights rushed out from his body, blotting out the sky as they pierced towards the 8 eternal realm experts of the great Yin Demon Clan. What? Yin Yuan Feng and the others were shocked. They were too close to Jiu Fei, so Jiu Fei's attack had put them in a bad spot. Yin Yuan Feng and the other 3 eternal ones, who were standing at the front, were pierced by the swordlights. They were instantly killed in body and soul. Although the other 4 eternal ones were not killed by Jiu Fei, they were severely injured by Jiu Fei. The 4 eternal ones fled in all directions. The 8 eternal sovereigns of the Tai Yin Demon Clan had never imagined that their fellow Daoist from the Earth Demon Clan would suddenly attack them. They were completely unprepared, which was why Jiu Fei's attack had succeeded. He had killed 4 eternal ones and severely injured the remaining 4. Although Jiu Fei was powerful, he could not kill the 8 eternal ones of the moon demons in one move. In the blink of an eye, the 4 eternal ones that had been severely injured by Jiu Fei fled far away. However, there was no way Jiu Fei would let them go. He punched out with both fists and the peerless fist force of the extreme break fist erupted. Then, The four Eternal Ones collapsed in the void and turned into a mist of blood. Ji Fei had used his full strength in this attack. Even the origin spirits of the four Eternal Ones had been shattered. He had directly destroyed them in body and soul. How is this possible? Just as Ji Fei killed the 8 Eternal Ones of the Moon Demons, a sorrowful roar came from the ancestral land of the Moon Demons. A demonic figure rushed out from the depths of the ancestral land of the Moon Demons. This person was the great clan elder of the Moon Demons. At this time, Ji Fei's entire body had turned into a bottomless black hole, crazily devouring the surrounding demon path origin chi. This was the origin chi of the 8 Eternal Ones of the Moon Demons. It was an extremely large amount. However, even though Ji Fei moved quickly, a small portion of the origin chi of the demons was still swallowed by the sealing array in the sky. Ji Fei is really ruthless. Outside the sealing array, the mysterious demon woman was also a little surprised when she saw this scene. She did not expect that Ji Fei would personally kill the 8 Eternal Ones of the Moon Demons. This was an unexpected surprise for the mysterious demon woman. Roar. Ji Fei, who had devoured the endless origin chi of the demons, roared at the sky. He felt as if something in his body had been broken, and then his entire body entered a strange state. He seemed to see his martial body disintegrating and reforming. His soul seemed to be torn to pieces, but in the next moment, his origin spirit reformed. This was like a phoenix's nirvana rebirth. Of course, all of this was Ji Fei's own feelings. In the outside world, there was no problem with his martial body, and his origin spirit was extremely strong. Feeling the huge new power in his body, Ji Fei had an urge to vent it. Major completion of the Eternal Realm. His cultivation had finally broken through to the major completion of the Eternal Realm. At this time, the great clan elder of the Moon Tribe had already rushed over. The Moon Demons had lost 8 Eternal Ones, which was a huge loss for the Moon Demons. However, when the great clan elder saw the 2 battles in the sky above the Wood Tribe's ancestral land, he immediately became terrified. Especially when the Wood Demon clan's heaven-splitting demonic halberd was fighting against the Earth Demon clan's peerless dragon spear. That was the power of an infinite power. The great clan elder of the Moon Demons had no choice but to turn around and leave. The great clan elder of the Moon Demons also left decisively. I can't afford to play, but I can afford to hide. However, at this moment, the sealed world suddenly shook. In the next moment, countless array patterns appeared in the void. These array patterns intertwined to form an array pattern that enveloped the entire sealed world. It's the Great Sky Sealing Array. Some old antiques who had lived for countless years exclaimed. Could it be? Someone guessed something and instantly became extremely excited. Then, under the watchful eyes of countless demons, the array patterns enveloping the sealed world began to dissipate, disappearing into the void. The Great Sky Sealing Array that had sealed the 7 pure-blooded demons for countless years was actually collapsing. Oh no! Ji Fei hurriedly used his martial Dao heavenly eyes to look up into the sky. As expected, the strange creature inside the stone coffin had stood up. This creature was devouring the power of the Great Sky Sealing Array. Once the Great Sky Sealing Array completely collapsed, the 7 pure-blooded demons would be able to break out and return to the eternal world. When that happened, billions of lives would be lost. Chapter 48-44. In the central region of the underworld realm, the Great Sealing Array had existed for countless years. Ever since the earth-shattering battle on Underworld God Island, the ancient gods and demons had disappeared. Underworld God Island, the holy land of demons, had been destroyed and turned into ruins. Only the Underworld God Demon Temple remained intact. The Underworld God Demon Temple contained all the secrets of the pureblood demons, as well as the most powerful demonic treasures of the pureblood demons. It even contained secrets that surpassed the eternal realm. This was also why every 3,000 years, when the demon star descended on Underworld God Island, countless demons would flock to it. But now, it seemed that this was definitely a big conspiracy. Ji Fei killed the 8 eternal sovereigns of the Sun Yin Devil clan and devoured most of their essence chi, which allowed his cultivation to break through to the major success of the eternal realm. But even though his cultivation base had improved, he knew that he was still no match for the mysterious demon woman. In the eyes of the Grand Elder of the Moon Demons, Jiyu Fei was a member of the Earth Demon clan. Jiyu Fei's killing of the 8 eternal sovereigns of the Moon Demons had directly ignited the war between the Earth Demon clan and the Moon Demons. The eternal sovereigns killed by Jiyu Fei sent a message back to the ancestral land of the Moon Demons, letting the Moon Demons know what had happened. Damn it! The Earth Sacred Clan dared to kill the eternal sovereigns of my clan. I'm going to exterminate their entire clan. Do those underground scoundrels really think they're invincible? Emotions surged among the Moon Demons, especially the Grand Elder. He had actually been tricked by that guy called Yu, which made him furious. In this sealed world, the Earth Demon Clan and the Wood Demon Clan weren't the only ones who could use the power of the boundless realm. None of the 7 pureblood demons were easy to provoke. They were all ancient demons that had inherited their heritage since ancient times. They had an incomparably deep foundation. Although they were defeated in the ancient war, and they were seriously injured, they had gradually recovered their strength after countless years. But now, in the sealed world, the long-standing conflict between the 7 pure-blooded demons was ignited by Jiyu Fei, the fuse that he had created. Boom! In the ancestral land of the lunar demons, a shocking aura burst out. The entire world trembled, and pitch-black spatial cracks appeared in the sky one after another. Following the collapse of the ceiling formation, the ancestors of the 7 pure-blooded demons all sensed the changes in this part of the world. Do you think my holy moon tribe is a pushover? All of you, die. The Grand Elder of the Moon Demons personally burned his chi and blood, directly activating the ultimate demon weapon of the Moon Demons, from the ancestral land of the Moon Demons to the ancestral land of the Wood Demons. Rumble, high up in the sky, there seemed to be a flash of terrifying destructive lightning. Every bolt of lightning tore through the void. Even the extremely stable void could not withstand such a level of power. The peerless dragon spear, the sky-splitting demon halberd, and the moon demonic hammer. The 3 ultimate demon weapons clashed continuously, unleashing the ultimate power of the ultimate demon weapon. In the face of this level of power, even an eternal being would be nothing more than trash. At this moment, a black shadow descended from the sky. 2 demonic claws extended from the sky, grabbing the ancestors of the Wood Demons, Mu Hong, and the Earth Demons, Yi Long, who were engaged in a fierce battle. What? Mu Hong and Yi Long were extremely shocked. Someone could actually imprison them in their hands. Could it be that an ultimate being had been reborn? However, the 2 ancestors did not even have time to think before their demonic bodies were shattered by the demonic claws. Then, they were sucked into the body of this incomparably ferocious fellow. The ancestors of the Wood Demon Clan and the Earth Demon Clan were finished, just like that. They were progenitors, half-step ultimate beings, yet they were devoured by this fellow who had just crawled out of a coffin. The demonic essence of the ancestors of the Wood Demon Clan and the Earth Demon Clan was directly refined and absorbed by this fellow who was even more ferocious than a demon. Roar! The black-furred monster roared at the sky. The remaining seal formation completely collapsed, and countless runes dissipated into the sky. A huge demonic shadow emerged from the monster's body. The demonic shadow covered the entire sky, and the world instantly turned pitch black. What is that? Even the old antiques among the 7 great demons were alarmed. Even the ancestors of the Wood Demon Clan and the Earth Demon Clan, who were fighting with all their might, and even the Grand Elder of the Moon Demons, who had gone mad from anger, were shocked by this scene. The 3 ultimate demon weapons of the demons split up and faced each other in the sky. Hungry, hungry, I'm still hungry. Such a thought suddenly appeared in everyone's mind. All the leaders of the demons were dumbfounded. What did this mean? Was this fellow a heaven-devouring demon beast? Within the ancestral lands of the Golden Demon Clan, the Water Demon Clan, and the Fire Demon Clan, there were also mighty fluctuations of power at the boundless realm. The entire ancestral land of the Thunder Demon Clan was enveloped by demonic lightning that emitted an endless aura of destruction. A lightning blade was faintly discernible in the sea of lightning. Ha ha! Suddenly, a soul-stirring laughter rang out. Since you're hungry, then eat. A demonic voice rang in the ears of all the experts of the demons. It's her. Jiyu Fei naturally knew who was speaking. The mysterious demonic woman had finally appeared. "That's right. If I'm hungry, I'll eat. I'll eat," the monster muttered to himself. In the next moment, the monster directly pounced on the Grand Elder of the Moon Demons. "What?" The Grand Elder was startled, but he wasn't easy to bully. He directly swung the Moon Devil hammer in his hand and smashed it towards the monster. Bolts of Moon Devil thunder burst out of the Moon Devil hammer and tore through the void. This was an attack with power at the boundless realm. However, a scene that left all the demons dumbfounded appeared. They saw the monster directly stretch out its sharp claws that were covered in black hair and directly grab the Moon Devil hammer that was smashing towards it. The Moon Devil thunder that seemed to be able to destroy heaven and earth blasted on the demon's claws, but it couldn't even damage a single strand of black hair. This. The leaders of the demons who saw this scene were quite frightened. That Moon Devil hammer was an boundless realm demon weapon. Even Jiu Fei was startled. This monster was really fierce. Jiu Fei directly left. He didn't have the ability to contend against this level of guy. It was better to let those old fogies of the 7 great demons play. He couldn't afford to play, but he could still watch from the sidelines. This was definitely going to be a very exciting show. Bam! The monster slapped the Moon Devil hammer and actually directly slapped the Moon Devil hammer out of the hands of the Grand Elder of the Moon Tribe. This is too fierce. Chapter 48-45. The appearance of the peerless demonic creature was earth-shattering. The color of the entire underworld demonic palace changed as countless demonic creatures panicked. What's happening? Why did the seal collapse? Oh no, the demons that had barged into the underworld demonic palace were all frightened. The demonic creature in the seal was extremely powerful, and the seal even hid the greatest secret of this world. "We can't afford to play anymore. Let's retreat." Some demons chose to retreat because the demonic aura emitted by the demonic figure that stood up from the sealed world was too powerful. It was an aura that could crush everything. The eternal beings were nothing in front of the demonic figure. However, many demon masters felt that it was worth the risk. If they wanted to surpass the eternal beings, how could they not take some risks? There was no such thing as a free lunch in this world. Even Jiu Fei retreated far away. However, Jiu Fei could avoid it, but the 7 pure-blooded demons could not. A terrifying devouring power erupted from the peerless demonic creature. Countless creatures within a radius of tens of thousands of miles flew up involuntarily. Even the 7 pure-blood devilish beings were enshrouded by a burst of unstoppable devouring power, following which they were drawn toward the devilish figure in the sky. "Help! I don't want to die." Countless demons were scared out of their wits. "Kill." The great tribe elder of the moon demons roared and waved the moon demonic hammer in his hand towards the demonic figure in the sky. If he did not act now, too many demons would die. As expected, when the great tribe elder attacked, the demons that were sucked into the sky by the peerless demonic creature all exploded and turned into clouds of blood mist. The essence of these demons all turned into rays of demonic light and flew towards the peerless demonic creature in the sky. They were directly devoured and refined by his demonic body, turning into his demonic yuan qi. Rumble. At the same time, countless bolts of Tai Yin demon lightning erupted from the Tai Yin demon hammer in the hands of the Tai Yin great tribe elder. The power of the infinite power was released without reservation. The Sun Moon great tribe elder used all of his strength in this strike. Just now, the lunar devil hammer in his hand was sent flying by that peerless demonic creature. This time, he didn't dare to be careless. However, a scene that shocked all the demons appeared again. The peerless demonic corpse actually opened its mouth and inhaled, swallowing all the supreme yin demon lightning. The ancestors of the 7 pure-blooded demons were all dumbfounded. "You bastards, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for this monster to destroy you one by one?" The great elder of the Sun Moon tribe roared. At this moment, even the lunar demonic hammer in his hand had been sucked in by the devouring power of the other party. Even though he had used all his strength, he still approached the peerless demonic corpse step by step. Roar. The Sun Moon great tribe elder roared in grief and indignation. His hands, which were holding the Sun Moon demonic hammer, were badly mutilated by the power that erupted from the demonic hammer. Let's all attack together. We still have a chance of survival. Otherwise, we will die. An ancestor of the Wood Demon clan roared. All right, let's fight together. Today, either this monster dies, or we die. The ancestor of the Earth Demon clan, Yi Fang, roared. Let's fight together then. The ancestor of the Golden Demon clan, Jin Heng, rushed out of the ancestral land of the Golden Demon clan with the Golden Demon halberd in his hand. The ancestor of the Water Demon clan, the Water Demon Lady, also held the sky-splitting sea demonic sword and stepped out of the demonic sea. With her graceful figure, beautiful face, and seductive aura, the Water Demon Lady was definitely a demonic lady who could bring chaos to the world. Of course, compared to the mysterious demonic lady, the Water Demon Lady was nothing. The ancestor of the Fire Demon clan, Huatunkong, could no longer sit still. The infinite demonic weapon of the Fire Demon clan was a demonic saber, the heaven-extinguishing god saber. Since the ancestors of the Five Elements demons and the demons of the Moon Demon clan had joined in, the Thunder Demon clan was naturally unwilling to fall behind. The Thunder Hell Demon Master appeared in the sky. He held the Thunder Hell demonic saber and stared at the peerless demonic corpse. The ancestors of the 7 pure-blooded demons had actually joined forces for the first time. This was something that had never happened even in the ancient war. Finally, this is getting interesting. Up in the sky, the mysterious demonic lady was incomparably excited when she saw this scene. It had been a long time since she had such a good time. What are you waiting for? The great elder of the moon demons cursed the ancestors of the other 6 pure-blooded demons. These 6 fellows were actually still hesitating. What the hell are they hesitating for? If they don't make a move, I will die. The great elder was still approaching the peerless demonic corpse bit by bit. The demonic chi on his body was almost shaken. Streams of yuan chi rushed out from his body and were forcibly devoured by the peerless demonic corpse. A bunch of cowards. If you don't make a move, then I will. The ancestor of the Thunder Demon clan, the Thunder Hell Demon Master, had a fiery temper. He directly held the Thunder Hell demonic saber and attacked the peerless demonic corpse. Sigh, the bravery of these 7 pure-blooded demons seems to have been worn away by time. Seeing this, Ji Fei couldn't help but shake his head. These 7 pure-blooded demons had been sealed for too long. Now that they had suddenly encountered a strong enemy like the peerless demonic corpse, they were instantly thrown into confusion. Just now, the peerless demonic corpse had killed many of the 7 pure-blooded demons and demons. Go to hell! The Thunder Hell Demon Master directly slashed at the peerless demonic corpse. A dazzling saber light cut through the void and landed directly on the head of the peerless demonic corpse. Endless demonic chi was directly split in half. Dang! The Thunder Hell Demon Master's saber slashed directly on the head of the peerless demonic corpse. However, there was a sound of metal colliding. The peerless demonic Tao that could crush an Eternal Realm expert was actually repelled. A few withered yellow hairs floated down from the sky. This, even though the Thunder Hell Demon Master's temper was even more fiery, he was frightened by this. What kind of monster was this guy? Even the unbounded Thunder Hell demonic saber could not hurt this monster at all. What else can we do? The other pure-blooded demonic ancestors saw this scene and were immediately dumbfounded. F***ck, this monster's physical body is too strong. Even the unbounded Tao treasure could not hurt this guy. It seemed like there would be a good show to watch. Ji Fei happily watched the show from the side. If they did not attack together, they really had no choice. Seeing this, the other pure-blooded demonic ancestors could no longer sit still. The other 5 pure-blooded demonic ancestors roared and attacked at the same time. 5 immortal demonic lights directly blasted towards the peerless demonic corpse. This time, the peerless demonic corpse was directly blasted thousands of feet away. However, this directly angered the peerless demonic corpse. Roar! The peerless demonic corpse roared to the sky. Terrifying demonic chi was vast and mighty. The entire central region of the underworld realm instantly turned into an extremely terrifying demonic domain. What should we do? The Grand Elder of the Lunar Demons had finally broken free from the peerless demonic corpse's devouring power. Seeing this scene, he was almost in despair. Chapter 48-46. The peerless demonic corpse's ferocious might was unparalleled. It actually wanted to kill all of the 7 pure-blooded demonic races to strengthen itself and be reborn in defiance of the heavens. The 7 pure-blooded demonic forefathers all sensed great danger. The 7 pure-blooded demonic forefathers were at a critical juncture of life and death. If they did not join forces to fight this monster, the 7 pureblood demons would really be wiped out by this monster. Rumble, heaven and earth shook. The patriarchs of the 7 pureblood demons did not hesitate to use their life force to activate the peerless demon weapons in their hands. In an instant, the whole world was filled with the power of the peerless demon weapon. In the void, pitch-black spatial cracks kept appearing. The peerless demon weapons of the 7 pureblood demons exploded with unprecedented power of the demonic path. The ancestors of the 7 pure-blooded demonic races seemed to have become the primogenitors of their race. 7 gigantic demonic figures appeared in the world, devouring and spitting out demonic energy. The demonic energy in the world was extremely powerful. The demon masters who broke into the underworld realm all looked at this scene with their mouths agape. Damn it, we really can't afford to play. Retreat. Some of the demon masters who originally wanted to take the risk to fight for the good fortune did not try to be brave at this time. They directly retreated. A battle of this level was no longer something they could intervene in. This was a power that surpassed the eternal realm. Didn't those demon masters take the risk to break into the underworld realm to obtain the supreme good fortune that surpassed the eternal realm? The 7 huge demonic shadows surrounded the peerless demon corpse. In the next moment, the 7 demonic shadows moved and attacked the peerless demon corpse at the same time. The void between heaven and earth directly collapsed, unable to withstand this level of power. The void within a 10,000-mile radius directly exploded. The 7 demonic shadows and the peerless demon corpse fought their way into the chaos. Countless demonic patterns dissipated. Amazing, Jiu Fei had already retreated far enough, but he still felt a suction force pulling him towards the collapsed void in front of him. The whole world seemed to be sucked in. This was also the power that Jiu Fei longed for. Surpassing the eternal realm was the dream of countless eternals. That was especially true of the leaders of the Devil Dao. In order to surpass the eternal realm, they would stop at nothing, even if they had to destroy the heavens and extinguish the earth. Many powerful demon shadows appeared nearby. Some demon masters even opened their demon eyes and observed the battle carefully. They wanted to see something from this battle. At this moment, high up in the sky, the huge black hole was constantly expanding. The peerless battle within the black hole was extremely intense. Countless ancient and primordial devil patterns erupted with power, each of which contained boundless devilish Dao power that could slay eternal sovereigns. Within the black hole, it was as if heaven and earth were exploding. The destructive power that leaked out was incomparably terrifying. Even Jiu Fei had no choice but to retreat further away. If he were to be affected by a battle of this level, it would be no laughing matter. His body and soul could be destroyed at any time. Boom! Suddenly, a loud explosion rang out as the black hole in the sky exploded. The entire Nether God realm shook violently as pitch-black spatial cracks appeared in the world, extending towards the ends of the horizon. It was impossible to see the end of it with a single glance. This part of the world was shaking. It was as if it could be destroyed at any time by the explosive power of the boundless realm. All the experts who were still watching the battle were stunned by this scene. This was the rhythm of the destruction of heaven and earth. This way, the crisis that Wu Jixuan and the others faced was directly resolved. This was because Patriarch Mingmi, Patriarch Di Zun, Patriarch Long Gan, and Patriarch Ji Huang had already rushed to the vicinity of the battlefield to observe the battle. Those who remained were ordinary demon master-level demons. However, these level of the leaders of the Devil Dao could not break through the great heaven ceiling formation that Wu Jixuan had set up. What's going on? This part of the world, in the valley, Wu Jixuan and the others, who had already lost all hope, were shocked by the eruption of the divine underworld realm. They saw a huge crack appear in the sky above the valley. An unlucky demon master was directly sucked into the crack. He was instantly torn to pieces by the destructive power within the crack. His body and soul were immediately destroyed. The other demon masters were scared out of their wits. They immediately fled far away. The void of the divine underworld realm was extremely stable. However, the more stable the void was, the more powerful the destructive power within the crack would be once it appeared. Even an eternal being would not be able to withstand this destructive power. Kill our way out. Boss, let's do it. In the valley, Wu Jizhan and Wu Jishan were instantly filled with fighting spirit. The few strongest patriarchs of the Devil Dao were not around. This was a good opportunity to turn the tables. Let's do it. Wu Jishan waved his right hand. In the next moment, the heaven-sealing flags that were inserted into the mountains immediately flew up. They rapidly shrunk and flew directly into his hand. The great heaven-sealing formation was immediately kept by Wu Jishan. Kill, kill, kill. Under Wu Jishan's lead, the 4 great generals of the great heaven-sealing formation charged out of the valley. Although there were only 4 of them, they exploded with the aura of a magnificent army. Their killing intent was shocking. When the demon masters outside the valley saw Wu Jishan and the others charging out, they could not help but be shocked. Boom! Wu Jishan brandished his fists and went on a killing spree. He directly sent 2 demon masters charging at him flying. The 2 demon masters screamed in pain and directly exploded into 2 clouds of blood mist in the air. 2 primordial spirits rushed out of the blood mist and wanted to escape. In the next moment, 2 divine arrows directly hit the 2 primordial spirits. After that, there was no after that. 2 eternal realm demon masters were destroyed in both body and soul just like that. Oh my God, run! When the other demon masters saw this, they immediately turned around and fled. What a joke! These 4 fellows were so powerful, how could they still play around? If they did not flee, would they stay and die? The group of demon masters fled in all directions. They could not stop Wu Jishan and the others at all. Long Gan and the other patriarch-level existences who could compete with Wu Jishan were not around. Wu Jishan alone was enough to wipe out these demon masters. Very soon, Wu Jishan and the others sensed Ji Yufei's presence. Wu Jishan immediately led his 3 brothers and rushed in the direction of Ji Yufei. Very soon, Wu Jishan and the others arrived behind Ji Yufei. Then, they looked at the void that was collapsing in front of them in shock. Destroying the heavens and earth. Wu Jishan and the others were dumbfounded. Master, what should we do? Wu Jishan's voice was trembling. What else can we do? Run. Ji Yufei waved his big sleeves and a ball of divine light appeared, enveloping Wu Jishan and the others. In the next moment, they disappeared into the void. Chapter 48-47. The power above the eternal realm was too powerful. The power of the infinite realm shook the entire underworld realm. The 7 pure-blooded old ancestors did not hesitate to use their infinite demonic weapons to fight against the peerless demonic zombie. The entire central region of the underworld god realm had been destroyed. There were pitch-black spatial holes everywhere, and a huge black hole was spreading in all directions. Wherever the black hole spread, the void collapsed. Countless demons were sucked into the sky by the devouring power of the black hole. Then, they were sucked into the black hole, and their bodies and souls were instantly destroyed. At this moment, Ji Yufei saw that the situation was not right. He immediately led Wu Jishan and the others to escape. Just as Ji Yufei left with Wu Jishan and the others, the rapidly expanding black hole suddenly shook violently. 7 immortal demonic shadows rushed out of the black hole. Buzz! The air trembled. The ripples of power that erupted from the 7 pureblood ancestral patriarchs, who were holding peerless demonic weapons, caused the air around them to tremble. Black spatial cracks appeared one after another. The Wood Demon Clan had the heaven-splitting demonic halberd, the Earth Demon Clan had the peerless dragon spear, the Lunar Demons had the lunar demonic hammer, the Thunder Demon Clan had the Thunder Demon blade, the Golden Demon halberd, the Water Demon Clan had the sea-splitting sword, and the Fire Demon Clan had the god-killing blade. The demonic aura emanating from the 7 infinite-grade demonic weapons was simply too powerful, enough to shake the heavens and the earth. If the 7 great pure-blooded demonic ancestors were allowed to rush out of the divine underworld realm with the peerless demonic weapons in their hands, the world would fall into chaos. The demon masters who had barged into the underworld god realm were all terrified to the extreme under the 7 boundless grade demon weapons. The fear came from their souls. They could not control it at all. Even Long Gan, who was at the peak of the eternal realm, was terrified. The power of the 7 demonic shadows in the sky was beyond the eternal realm. The power that they wanted by hook or by crook was right in front of them. Long Gan and the other old ancestors were scared, excited, and yearning. None of this had anything to do with Gu Fei. At this time, he had decided to leave this damned place. However, he was blocked by a figure that descended from the sky. "I say, little fellow, where do you want to go?" A masked woman in purple clothes squinted her eyes and smiled at the surprised Gu Fei. F***CK, my great aunt, what else do you want? Just let me go. Gu Fei glanced at the demoness and immediately felt a headache. Haha, you're so fun. How could I let you off so easily? Sorceress Hua Xiaojuo looked at Gu Fei as if she was looking at a fun toy. Gu Fei's heart sank when he saw the mysterious witch's gaze. I'm fun. Gu Fei was really speechless. This chick was probably stupid. There was something wrong with her head. Yeah, you're the funniest person I've met in the past 1,000,000 years. The mystic demoness nodded seriously. Kill. At that moment, Wu Zhixian, who had been standing behind Gu Fei, suddenly made his move. He walked out from behind Gu Fei and punched out at the demoness. No, even if Gu Fei wanted to stop him, he was incapable of doing so. Wu Zhixian was the leader of the 4 great generals of vast heaven. His cultivation base had reached the pinnacle of the eternal stage. If he could take another step forward, he would be able to surpass the eternal stage. Since ancient times, however, countless eternal sovereigns had tried to take that step forward. Only, the vast majority of them had failed. Only a small number of them had succeeded. The mysterious dragon lady that Gu Fei encountered in the hidden dragon mountains between the immortal and martial continents was likely someone who had taken that step. This little fellow has guts. In the face of Wu Zhixian's extremely domineering punch, the mysterious witch simply smiled. Pa. The mysterious witch snapped her fingers and Wu Zhixian was sent flying. In an instant, he disappeared from everyone's line of sight. Humph. You don't know the meaning of death. You dare attack my master? The peerless demonic snake, Hua Xiaoyaro, who had taken on the appearance of a black-robed young woman, ridiculed. This, Wu Jidao and the others could not hear what Hua Xiaoyaro had said. They all stared at the mysterious witch, dumbfounded. With just a snap of her fingers, she had sent their boss flying. Their boss was a pinnacle eternal existence. Yet, in front of this witch, he was even weaker than an ant. This scene was simply too shocking. If they had not witnessed it with their own eyes, they would never have believed that someone could send a pinnacle eternal existence flying with just a snap of their fingers. Could she be? Wu Jidao and the others thought of a possibility and their foreheads immediately broke out in cold sweat. You didn't kill him, did you? Gu Fei hesitated for a moment, but he still asked. That little fellow is one of your people. Why would I kill him? The mysterious demoness said with a smile. Sure enough, it did not take long before a figure rushed over from afar. It was none other than Wu Zhixian. Although Wu Zhixian had not been killed by the mysterious witch, he was in an extremely sorry state. His clothes were tattered and his face was covered in dirt. He looked extremely miserable. Wu Zhixian stared at the witch in shock and anger. Snap. With another snap of her fingers, Wu Zhixian was sent flying again without a trace. At this moment, everyone who witnessed this scene felt unwell. Even Gu Fei was speechless. Wu Zhixian might have been hit because he was caught off guard earlier. But now, Wu Zhixian was definitely on guard. Yet, Wu Zhixian was still sent flying by a snap of the mysterious witch's fingers. Sigh. The mysterious witch sighed. She was feeling somewhat bored. At this moment, Wu Zhixian rushed back. Don't overestimate yourself. Hua Yaoyaro ridiculed Wu Zhixian. What did you say? Wu Zhixian glared at Hua Yaoyaro in anger. Isn't that so? If my master wanted to kill you, a snap of her fingers would suffice. Hua Yaoyao said with a look of disdain. Preposterous. Come, come, let's spar. Wu Zhixian did not dare to provoke the mysterious witch. However, he did not put Hua Yaoyao in his eyes at all. The strength of the mysterious witch had caused Wu Zhixian to feel extreme fear. That little girl was right. If the other party wanted to kill him, a snap of her fingers would suffice. Let's spar then. Hua Yaoyao threw a punch at Wu Zhixian, and the power of the peak eternal realm erupted from her body. Wu Zhixian sneered and punched out as well. Boom. The two fists collided, resulting in a loud explosion. The two of them were sent flying by the shockwave of the other party's fist. The powerful energy that erupted formed an energy storm that swept out. However, the mysterious demoness merely waved her hand, and the energy storm instantly disappeared. This works. Chapter 48-48. No one knew better than Ji Yufei how powerful and terrifying the mysterious demoness was. Ji Yufei even felt that the mysterious dragon lady of the Hidden Dragon Mountain was no match for this mysterious demoness. Of course, this was just his guess. As for who was stronger between the mysterious dragon lady and the mysterious demoness, they would have to wait until they met and fought. At this time, Ji Yufei was not in the mood to care about who was stronger between the mysterious demoness and the mysterious dragon lady. Right now, he just wanted to stay far away from this mysterious demoness. Nothing good would come out of meeting this lady. As a matter of fact, Wu Zhixian started fighting Hua Yaoyao. Rumble. The void trembled as peak eternal realm power kept erupting. Immortal Qi and demonic Qi intertwined. This was a battle between the immortal Tao and demonic Tao. Since ancient times, be it in the eternal world or other worlds, immortals and demonic Tao had always been mortal enemies. Once they met, it would be either one of them who would perish or the other. Just now, Wu Zhixian was sent flying by the mysterious demoness with a flick of her finger. In an instant, not even his shadow could be seen. Wu Zhixian had nowhere to vent his anger, so he vented it on Hua Yaoyao. Hua Yaoyao was a peerless demonic snake. Previously, when she was defeated by Ji Yufei, her demonic snake body was destroyed. However, the mysterious demoness was so powerful that she found a better demonic body for Hua Yaoyao. This demonic body was much stronger than Hua Yaoyao's previous demonic body. Even if Wu Zhixian punched her with all his might, he could only push her back. He could not hurt her at all. How can we fight like this? Why is her demonic body so strong? When Wu Zhixian and Wu Zhidao saw this, they could not help but worry for Wu Zhixian. Hua Yaoyao's demonic body was so strong that Wu Zhixian's attack could not hurt her at all. However, her attack was definitely capable of injuring Wu Zhixian. In this way, Hua Yaoyao was standing in an invincible position. Your subordinates are as useless as you. The mysterious demoness glanced at Ji Yufei and smiled. What? You said I'm useless? It was truly intolerable. Ji Yufei was on the verge of going mad, but he still endured it in the end. If he were to make a move against this little girl, wouldn't he be looking for trouble? Isn't it? I wonder how long it will take for you to become my opponent. The mysterious demoness said disapprovingly. You want me to be your opponent? What do you want? Ji Yufei was immediately alerted. What else? It's just fun. The mysterious demoness shrugged. This is fun. Ji Yufei was speechless. You're having fun, and you're having fun, but I don't want to play. At this time, the 7 pure-blooded demon ancestors were holding onto the unbounded grade Tao artifact and were fighting against the peerless demons. The entire underworld deity realm was affected, and billions of demons and living beings were terrified to the extreme. Master, they're coming this way. Wu Zhidao suddenly exclaimed. One gigantic demonic shadow after another appeared in the distance. Every single demonic shadow erupted with a terrifying aura that caused all the worlds in the universe to tremble. Among them, the deathly demonic Qi was especially strong. Even when the 7 pure-blooded demonic ancestors used their peerless demonic artifacts, they could not suppress that deathly power. Boom! Suddenly, one of the demonic shadows was sent flying by a gigantic fist. Moreover, The direction in which the demonic shadow was sent flying happened to be right in the direction of Jiu Fei and the others. This demonic shadow erupted with the power of the unbounded grade demon path. Everywhere it passed, the void shattered and everything was destroyed. If they were hit by this demonic shadow, not to mention Wu Jidao and the others, even Jiu Fei himself would probably be destroyed in both body and soul. Moreover, this demonic shadow was so fast that Jiu Fei felt as though the void around him was about to freeze. It was impossible for him to escape. Just when Jiu Fei and the others were so scared that their faces were ashen, a familiar snap of fingers could be heard. The terrifying demonic shadow that was crashing towards them actually stopped in the air. That was the great tribe elder of the Moon Tribe. At this time, this great tribe elder of the Moon Tribe of the demons was scared half to death. There was actually an expert among the demons who could block it with a snap of his fingers. What level of power was this? With another snap of fingers, the great tribe elder of the Moon Tribe of the demons only felt an irresistible power instantly enveloping him. Then, he was involuntarily sent flying towards the battlefield in the distance, directly crashing into the peerless demonic zombie in the middle of the battlefield. How is this possible? When the other patriarchs of the pureblood demons saw this scene, they were also quite shocked. She could block the power of the unbounded grade with a snap of her fingers? If they had not seen this with their own eyes, they would not have believed that such a powerful force existed in this world. Is she the primogenitor? This thought suddenly popped up in the minds of the patriarchs of the pureblood demons. The primogenitor of the pureblood demons was unimaginably powerful. However, after the ancient war, most of the primogenitor of the pureblood demons had fallen. Of course, no one knew if the primogenitor of the pureblood demons still existed in this world. However, the extraordinary power displayed by the mysterious demon seemed to be the power that only the legendary primogenitor of the pureblood demons possess. Primogenitor. The patriarch of the Thunder Demon clan said as he attacked the peerless demon corpse. At this moment, Wu Jixien and Hua Yaro had already stopped. Let's go. The mysterious demon lady waved her sleeves and disappeared into the void with everyone. Primogenitor, don't go. The 7 pureblood demon ancestors were all dumbfounded. The demons of the underworld realm were already at a critical juncture of life and death, and this fellow who was suspected to be their primogenitor had actually escaped. Is she not the primogenitor? The Grand Elder of the Lunar Demons said hesitantly. The 7 pureblood demon ancestors were caught in a bitter battle. Demon ancestors were constantly being sent flying by the peerless demon corpse, and they were being tortured by it. At this moment, the mysterious demon lady's figure appeared on the huge square in front of the underworld demon palace. Jiu Fei and the others also appeared shortly after. This place, Jiu Fei looked around and was shocked again. They had actually left the underworld realm in an instant and appeared on the huge square in front of the underworld demon palace. Rumble, a series of shocking sounds came from the wide-open door of the underworld demon palace, and a terrifying demonic aura spread out from the door. There were many experts of the demons standing on the square, and most of them were demon master level existences who had just come out from the underworld realm. Demon master level existences were all Eternals, and only Eternals could become demon masters. Ha! There's a path to heaven, but you don't want to take it. There's no door to hell, but you still want to barge in. A loud laugh sounded, and 3 demon shadows surrounded Jiu Fei. Reckless. Jiu Fei glanced at the 3 demon masters coldly. You dare to look down on us? I guarantee that you will die a horrible death. One of the demon masters laughed coldly. So much nonsense. Scram. Jiu Fei instantly punched out, and the demon master who spoke was sent flying. Chapter 48-49. The 7 pure-blooded demon ancestors activated their infinite-grade demon weapons and fought with the peerless corpse demon. The entire underworld divine realm was shaken and countless demons were killed. Wherever these fellows went, they destroyed everything. In the entire underworld god realm, there was nothing that could stop their footsteps, not even those Terminus brothers. Several Jedi brothers in the underworld divine realm were destroyed. The demon masters who broke into the underworld divine realm all escaped. They could not stay there any longer because they could be affected by the battle at any time and their bodies and souls could be destroyed at any time. On the square in front of the underworld divine demon palace, powerful demon shadows appeared one after another. At this time, Jiyu Fei and the 4 great sky generals were surrounded by more than a dozen demon shadows. "How dare you provoke my master? Do you want to die?" Wu Zizhan glanced at the surrounding demon masters and said disdainfully, "What did you say? Little brat, you will die if you are too arrogant. Why are you talking nonsense with these guys? Just kill them. We have so many people. Why should we be afraid of these 5 guys?" At this time, more demon masters escaped from the underworld divine realm. More than 20 eternal grade demon auras appeared on the square. Above the square, demon clouds gathered and the scene was shocking. "Then you can try," Wu Zizhan said indifferently. "A bunch of trash. Get lost while I am still in a good mood. Otherwise, I will kill you," Jiyu Fei said impatiently. The surrounding demon masters were dumbfounded. They had seen arrogant people before, but they had never seen such an arrogant person. These guys were too arrogant, too crazy. They did not even put them in their eyes. "Little brat, let me send you on your way." At this time, Long Gan appeared. This was a peak eternal grade demon Dao old ancestor. He was extremely powerful. Seeing his appearance, the surrounding demon masters retreated. "It's you." When Wu Zizhan saw this guy, his eyes turned sharp. "Me too." Old ancestor Di Zun's voice came and a figure walked out from the entrance of the underworld divine demon palace. "How can I be missing?" Another demonic figure appeared in the void. Old ancestor Ji Huang came. "You guys are really lucky." Forefather Ming Mie's cold voice rang out. 4 peak eternal realm evil path old ancestors actually appeared at the same time, which made the surrounding demon masters extremely excited. "These 5 fellows are dead for sure. Hehe, there's going to be a good show." The surrounding demon masters all consciously retreated. "Master, it's these 4 fellows who brought people to kill us," Wu Zizhan said to Jiyu Fei. "You guys have guts to chase after my subordinates." Jiyu Fei gave the 4 fiend Dao patriarchs a thumbs up. "Little guy, you can still be so calm even in the face of death. I can't help but admire you." Long Gan sneered. "Really?" Jiyu Fei smiled and said nothing more. "Die." Long Gan took a step forward and punched at Jiyu Fei. Peak eternal realm fist energy erupted and instantly enveloped Jiyu Fei. However, Jiyu Fei unhurriedly stretched out his right hand and grabbed at Long Gan's fist. It seemed like a casual grab, but he actually caught Long Gan's fist. "What?" Long Gan was shocked. This little guy could actually grab his fist. How was this possible? Even if he was also a peak eternal realm existence, he couldn't be so amazing. However, in the next moment, Long Gan, the ancestor of the demonic path, was no longer just shocked. Instead, he was terrified. This was because the demonic yuan in his body was like a river bursting through a dam, surging towards Jiyu Fei from his fist that was being grabbed. This little guy was actually devouring his essence chi. Old ancestor Long Gan desperately wanted to retract his fist, but Jiyu Fei's right hand firmly grabbed his fist and madly devoured his devil essence. "What are you waiting for?" Long Gan roared. In just an instant, a small portion of the demonic essence in his body had been devoured by Jiyu Fei. If this continued, the demonic essence in his body would be completely devoured by Jiyu Fei in less than an hour. Boom. The other 3 old ancestors of Fiend Dao took action. They had no choice but to do so. If old ancestor Long Gan was killed by this human boy, then they would also be in danger. Old ancestor Ming Mie immediately used the Great Hand of Destruction. A devil hand directly shrouded Jiyu Fei, and from the palm, a terrifying power of destruction spread out. Old ancestor Ji Huang pointed a finger, and an immortal devil light directly pierced through the space between Jiyu Fei's eyebrows. It was extremely fast. Old ancestor Di Zun flipped his right hand, and a devil saber immediately appeared in his hand. Then, he held the saber with both hands and slashed at Jiyu Fei's head. The 3 old ancestors of Fiend Dao took action at the same time, and terrifying power of the fiend Dao instantly enveloped the void within a radius of 1,000 miles. This forced the fiend masters who were watching from the sidelines to retreat. They could no longer interfere in a battle of this level. If they were caught in the crossfire, then there would only be one outcome, and that was the destruction of both body and soul. Even the 4 generals of vast sky retreated. "Ha, come on." Ji Fei laughed loudly. In the next moment, a powerful suction suddenly emerged from his body, and all the attacks were sucked in. What? The 3 old ancestors of Fiend Dao were dumbfounded. This guy was too amazing. He actually wanted to fight against 4 old ancestors by himself. They were supreme existences at the peak of the eternal realm. Any one of them was a domineering Fiend Dao overlord, and they ruled over the life and death of billions of lives. At that moment, Ji Fei used one of the 9 secrets of immortal Dao, the transform formula, which directly dissolved old ancestor Di Huang's god-killing finger, and then sucked in old ancestor Di Huang. Old ancestor Di Zun and forefather Radiant Destruction were the same. Their terrifying attacks were immediately dissolved, and their devil essence was sucked in by the suction on Ji Fei's body. Then, the Fiend Masters saw a scene that they would never forget for the rest of their lives. Ji Fei blocked the 4 old ancestors by himself, and he was even devouring the devil essence of the 4 old ancestors of Fiend Dao. The 4 old ancestors were terrified. "Master, could it be the demonic heaven-gorging art?" "I don't think so. Why would Master cultivate the demonic heaven-gorging art?" Wu Jishen muttered. He could sense that Ji Fei's cultivation method was definitely a righteous one, without a trace of evil or devil qi. Buzz. The void vibrated as demonic qi surged out from the 4 old ancestors of Fiend Dao and entered Ji Fei's body. The eyeballs of all the Fiend Masters in the vicinity were about to fall out of their sockets. To think that this human was devouring the devil essence of the 4 old ancestors of Fiend Dao. How was that possible? Chapter 4850. On the square in front of the underworld god demon hall, Ji Fei was fighting 1 against 4, but at the same time, he was able to absorb the power of 4 great demon Dao old ancestors. This caused all the demon masters who witnessed this scene to be dumbfounded. The 4 Fiend Dao patriarchs were terrified to the extreme. At this time, their intestines were green with regret. They shouldn't have provoked this fellow. Of course, who knew that this little fellow from the human clan was so powerful? The fiendish Yuan Qi in Patriarch Longan and the others was forcibly devoured by Ji Fei, and they desperately tried to condense the fiendish Yuan in their bodies. However, the more they revolved their mysterious arts to fight against the devouring power that erupted from Ji Fei's body, the faster their devil essence was drained. "What should we do?" Forefather Radiant Destruction sent a sound transmission to the other 3 forefathers of the evil Dao. "What else can we do?" Old ancestor Longan said unhappily. "Are we supposed to admit defeat? Kneel and beg for mercy?" Patriarch Dishuan roared angrily. "Why don't we admit defeat first, then?" Forefather Ji Huang said. "Why don't we stuff him to death? Can he really swallow all of our devil essence by himself? I don't believe it." Ancestor Longan gritted his teeth. "Not bad." The other ancestral patriarch's eyes lit up. Didn't this human brat want to absorb their devil essence? Then they would let him absorb as much as he wanted. That was the devil essence of 4 peak eternal realm devil path old ancestors. Could he devour all the devil essence of 4 devil path old ancestors by himself? Thinking of this, the 4 demonic Dao ancestors not only did not stop the demonic Yuan from flowing out of their bodies, but they also directed their own demonic Yuan towards Ji Fei. As a result, the amount of devil essence Ji Fei could devour increased exponentially. Ji Fei pretended to be very surprised, but in fact, he was very happy in his heart. These guys really didn't know life from death, thinking that they could make him explode. These guys had no idea how powerful his eternal martial body was. These guys were going to cry later. Haha, he can't hold on any longer. Let's work harder. Forefather Ming Mie laughed loudly. Not bad. Make this guy explode. Patriarch Di Zun roared with a savage look on his face. Make him explode. The four old ancestors of the Devil Dao were desperately pouring their devil essence into Ji Yufei's body. In just a short time, a small half of the devil essence in the bodies of the four demonic path ancestors had been poured into Ji Yufei's body, causing beads of sweat to appear on the faces of the four demonic path ancestors. They were staking it all on one throw, fighting it out with Ji Yufei. If Ji Yufei didn't explode from the devil essence of the four great Devil Dao old ancestors, then the devil essence of the four great Devil Dao old ancestors would be completely devoured by Ji Yufei, and they would directly die. At this point, the four demonic Dao ancestors had no way out. They did not leave any path of retreat for themselves. The four demonic old ancestors erupted with violent demonic power. Endless demonic qi erupted from their bodies and directly engulfed Ji Yufei. Amidst the devil qi, countless devil shadows could be vaguely seen. Seeing this scene, the demon masters who were watching the battle from afar were stunned. No one had expected such an outcome. Even the four great Devil Dao old ancestors could not deal with this little guy. Master, Wu Jixuan and the others were extremely nervous. If Ji Yufei was unlucky, they would also be unlucky. You guys, horrified cries came from the devil qi. Haha, that little guy is going to be unlucky. Mph, that guy is overestimating himself. He actually dared to challenge the four great Devil Dao ancestors by himself. They are existences at the peak of the eternal realm, that's right. He's courting death. The group of demon masters ridiculed from the side. Boss, what do we do now? Wu Zizhan transmitted his voice to Wu Jixuan. Calm down, Wu Jixuan stared at the mass of devil qi on the square with a solemn expression. Boss, how can you be so calm at this time? Wu Jidao was speechless. Are you stupid? If Master can't do it, he would have already sent a message to us. Now that Master has not sent a message to us, it means that everything is still under Master's control. Wu Jixuan transmitted his voice to Wu Zizhan and Wu Jidao. Makes sense. Hearing that, Wu Zizhan and Wu Jidao's eyes lit up. It seemed like their master was playing the pig to eat the tiger. Ayo, these four fellows are still not escaping. Are they waiting for death? Someone pointed at Wu Jixuan and the others and mocked. Why don't we attack together and get rid of these four fellows first? A demon master suggested. Then you go first. We'll go after you. Another demon master said coldly. Then, all the demon masters fell silent. Whoever attacked first would die. All the demon masters present were extremely shrewd fellows. Who did not understand this logic? In fact, the Devil Dao in the eternal world was still very powerful. However, these demon masters all had their own camps. None of them were willing to submit to anyone else. How could such a Devil Dao force fight against the alliance of the righteous sects? How is this possible? At this moment, a cry of surprise rang out in the square. This guy, old ancestor Long Gan's voice rang out. His voice was trembling, as though he had suffered a great shock. Haha, a loud laugh rang out. It was Ji Yufei's voice. You want to make me explode? Dream on. Ji Yufei said loudly. He was in a really good mood. These four fellows were actually fighting to give him Devil Dao vitality. They were really four great demons. Good man, spare us. That's right, that's right. We failed to recognize Mount Tai and offended you. Please be magnanimous and spare us. Old ancestor Ming Mie and old ancestor Ji Huang began to beg for mercy. Those demon masters who were gloating over Ji Yufei's misfortune and thought that he was dead for sure were dumbfounded. What was going on? How did the situation turn around so quickly? I'm going to suck you dry. Ji Yufei's aura was unprecedentedly strong. He had already devoured nearly half of the Devil Dao vitality of the four great Devil Dao patriarchs. The four great Devil Dao patriarchs' vitality was greatly injured. As for him, his vitality had increased greatly. The balance of power was already tilting towards his side. These four fellows were no longer his match. The four great Devil Dao patriarchs roared again and again. But at this time, they had already lost their momentum. It was even more difficult for them to compete with Ji Yufei. At this time, the mass of devil qi that enveloped the four great Devil Dao patriarchs and Ji Yufei gradually began to fade. Ha ha. Thank you for giving me devil chi. However, I will not thank you. I will send you on your way. Ji Fei said with a laugh. Winner takes all. What else is there to say? Long Gan shook his head helplessly. The consequences of making a wrong judgment were very serious. Moreover, this was also a battle between peak eternal powerhouses. Chapter 4851. In the depths of the Underworld God Island, on the square in front of the Underworld God Palace, Ji Fei absorbed the devil chi of the 4 great demon path's old ancestors. Just as he was about to absorb the devil chi of the 4 great demon path's old ancestors, a demonic shadow instantly rushed into the square and punched Ji Fei's back. Boom! With a muffled thunder-like sound, Ji Fei was actually sent flying by that demonic shadow's punch. Sounds of bones breaking could be heard coming from his body. This punch actually caused countless cracks to appear on Ji Fei's spine, as if it would shatter at any time. Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor? Ji Fei knew who the guy who sneaked an attack on him was. It was actually Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. This guy had been hiding at the side, and now that he saw the opportunity, he directly attacked. One had to say that this Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor grasped the perfect timing. Even Ji Fei suffered a great loss. Blood oozed out from the corner of Ji Fei's mouth. Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor's punch had injured him quite badly. However, seeing that Ji Fei was only injured after being hit by his full strength, this shocked Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor to the extreme. How was this possible? Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor couldn't believe that a puny human could actually withstand his punch. Could this guy be the reincarnation of the Hong Tian Heavenly Emperor? Despicable. Ji Fei looked at the fleeing old ancestor Qian Long and the others. He really wanted to tear Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor into pieces. He wanted to borrow the power of the 4 great demon path's old ancestors to raise his cultivation by another level. However, all of this was destroyed by Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. I'm a demon, and being despicable is my nature. Don't you know that? Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor said proudly. I'm going to kill you. Ji Fei roared at Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. I want to kill you. Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor roared and charged towards Li Kuang. Blood Prison Samsara. Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor immediately used his strongest move. Terrifying blood demon power erupted from his body. A blood-colored vortex appeared between the heavens and the earth before shrouding Ji Fei. He wanted to take advantage of the fact that Ji Fei was injured by him to put Ji Fei into the blood prison of samsara and destroy his body and soul. However, Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor's idea was good, but the reality was cruel. How could Ji Fei fall at the same place twice? Great Heaven World Destruction Palm. Ji Fei immediately unleashed the ultimate move of Heavenly Sovereign Hong Tian. A terrifying palm force erupted from his right palm, obliterating everything in its path. The blood-colored vortex was directly dispersed by this palm strike. Even Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor was sent flying a dozen miles away. This guy, Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor, was incomparably shocked. This human brat was too strong. Even after being injured by his punch, he still had such battle prowess. At this time, Ji Fei's internal injuries were rapidly healing, and the cracks on his spine were also repairing. At Ji Fei's level of cultivation, even if his martial physique was destroyed by a punch, he could still reconstruct it in an instant. However, this was not an ordinary injury. The punch that Demon Emperor Netherworld landed on Ji Fei's body contained the power of the Great Path. Ji Fei was injured by the Great Path, and even if his martial body recovered, his injuries would not be healed in a short time. Ji Fei's battle prowess was more or less affected. You 4 have no sense of brotherhood. While he's injured, take his life. Let's go together. Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor roared at Long Gan and the other 3 great demon Dao ancestors. Still going? What the F***ck, this daddy is already half dead. Old ancestor Ming Mie scolded before turning around and leaving, disappearing into the horizon in an instant. Most of the demon essence of the 4 of them had been devoured by Ji Fei. They were truly half dead. Old ancestor Long Gan and the others also ran away. They had no choice but to run. If they let Jiu Fei come again, they would really die. When the other demon masters saw that even the 4 great demon Dao ancestors had run away, they naturally followed suit. Damn it, I'll run too. Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor also wanted to escape, but Jiu Fei did not agree. You want to leave? Where are you going? Jiu Fei directly appeared in front of Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. The place on his back that was punched by Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor had demonic patterns constantly emerging. The Great Dao's demonic power attached to the fist was forced out by his power. You want to force this daddy to fight with his life? I'm not afraid of you. Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor also became tough. Why are you talking so much nonsense? Just die. Jiu Fei's fist blasted towards Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor's head. He immediately used the extreme breaking fist. With one punch, the power of his fist instantly surpassed his limit. Blood Prison Samsara. Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor once again used the ultimate move of Blood Devil Progenitor. However, the Blood Prison Samsara couldn't stop Jiu Fei's extreme destruction fist at all. He was now in existence at the pinnacle of the Eternal Realm. With his current cultivation, the might of the extreme destruction fist was absolutely unimaginable. Jiu Fei's punch directly smashed through Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor's Blood Prison Samsara and then blasted towards Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. What? Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor was taken aback. He only had enough time to put his hands in front of him to protect himself. Bang! Catcher! The sound of collision and broken bones resounded, and Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor was directly sent flying. You're not my opponent at all, yet you still dare to provoke me. Isn't this just courting death? Jiu Fei said as he took a step forward and directly caught up with Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. The next moment, he stomped down on Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. Bang! Jiu Fei directly stomped down Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor from the air. Boom! With a loud noise, Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor slammed into the ground and spat out a mouthful of demon blood. His body was almost crushed by Jiu Fei's stomp, and it felt as if all the bones in his body were broken. Swish! Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor felt afraid and directly disappeared into the void. What? Jiu Fei was a little dumbfounded. Even in such a situation, this Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor could still escape? Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor really disappeared from under his eyes. Even Jiu Fei felt that it was a little unbelievable. He actually escaped just like that. Boom! Just as Jiu Fei was in shock, a loud noise suddenly came from the entrance of the Underworld God Demon Palace. Then, a demon shadow rushed out from the Underworld God Demon Palace. Roar! That demon shadow roared towards the sky, and the aura of death was vast and mighty. The demon chi that erupted from his body instantly shrouded the entire world. The world suddenly darkened, as if it had suddenly fallen into the night. How could it be this monster? Could it be that the 7 pure-blooded demon ancestors were killed by this monster? Jiu Fei was really shocked by this guy that rushed out from the Underworld God Demon Palace. This guy actually came out from the Underworld God Demon Palace. This was much more serious than the 7 pure-blooded demon ancestors coming out from the Underworld God World. After all, the 7 pure-blooded demon ancestors were demons with their own independent will, and this guy was a monster that only knew how to kill. Things are getting serious. Chapter 4852. No one could have imagined that the monster from the Nether God Realm would charge out. Jiu Fei knew how terrifying this monster was. This monster was a super glutton that wanted to devour all the worldly spiritual energy in the universe. If this monster were to charge out of Nether God Island and into Eternal World, many people would die. This dead spirit that was born from death desired worldly spiritual energy and life force the most. This monster could sense the presence of life force. Jiu Fei knew that given his current cultivation base, he was no match for this monster. Only the mysterious Demonis could fight this monster. Kill. At that moment, the entrance of the Nether God Palace shook again. Next, 7 demonic figures charged out from inside. The moment the 7 demonic figures appeared, demonic energy surged above Nether God Island. Thunder rumbled and a terrifying demonic aura filled the sky. Seeing that, Jiyu Fei was speechless. Haha, after being sealed for so long, I'm finally out. The wood demon patriarch held onto the demonic energy of the infinite grade and laughed. Roar. The monster then charged towards the 7 demonic shadows to kill them. Damn it. Preposterous. The patriarchs of the 7 pure-blooded evil ancestors were shocked and angry, and they fought with the monster again. Jiyu Fei watched the show from the side. Master, Wu Jixuan and the others came to stand behind Jiyu Fei. Let's retreat first. Jiyu Fei made a prompt decision and led Wu Jixuan and the others to retreat into the distance. At that moment, a world-shaking battle broke out in the square in front of the Nether God Palace. A terrifying demonic might spread out, shaking the entire square. The square in front of the Nether God Palace was something that even peak Eternal World experts could not shake. But now, the square was shaken by the power of the infinite grade. At that moment, the demonic star that illuminated the sky above Nether God Island gradually moved away. The sealing power of Nether God Island had yet to recover. The phenomenon of the demonic star that appeared once every 3,000 years was coming to an end. As the demonic star in the sky gradually moved away from Underworld God Island, the power of the seal on Underworld God Island would gradually recover. Some demon masters started to retreat, because once the seal on Underworld God Island was activated, then their cultivation would be suppressed to below the saint level. At that time, they would be out of luck. The cycle of 3,000 years is finally coming to an end. A demonic figure stood atop a tall mountain on Underworld God Island. This person was the mysterious Demoness. She appeared and disappeared mysteriously, looking at the devil star hanging in the sky with a complicated expression. At this time, the demonic aura on Underworld God Island did not weaken due to the gradual departure of the demonic stars in the sky. Instead, the demonic aura flourished. That guy still failed in the end. The mysterious Demoness retracted her gaze from the demon star in the sky and looked towards the Underworld God Demon Palace. She saw that the entire Underworld God Demon Palace was already enveloped by demonic chi. Amidst the demonic chi, there seemed to be terrifying bolts of lightning tearing through the void, and a terrifying demonic shadow loomed within the demonic chi. The demonic energy that surged out from the Underworld God Demon Palace shook the heavens and the earth. Even the incomparably stable void of heaven and earth had pitch-black spatial cracks. The spatial cracks only appeared for a very short period of time. Due to the incomparably powerful worldly laws of Eternal World, it was only natural that the void of heaven and earth of Eternal World would be incomparably stable. Even an eternal level power would find it difficult to cause much damage to Eternal World. However, it was a different story for an eternal level power. This level of power could shake the void of Eternal World and cause great damage to Eternal World. The more powerful an existence was, the more difficult it would be for them to defy the heavens and be reborn. The fellow in the Underworld God Plane had wanted to defy the heavens and be reborn. However, that fellow had become a terrifying monster. This was likely something that not even that fellow had expected. Master, why don't we retreat as well? Wu Jixuan, who was in another region, said to Jiyu Fei. Let's wait and see. Jiyu Fei knew that the mysterious Demoness would not miss out on this grand show. She must be secretly observing the battle. As long as she was there, the battle would not go out of control. However, the mysterious Demoness was very unreliable. She only knew how to play. Even Jiyu Fei could not guess what she was up to. Rumble. The battle in the Underworld God Demon Palace continued. Even someone as strong as the 7 pure-blooded demon forefathers, who possessed the power of an eternal level power, could not defeat that monster. That was because the monster was constantly absorbing the energy around it. Under such circumstances, the outcome of the battle had already been decided. Soon, a demonic thunder blade flew out from the square of the Underworld God Demon Palace. The monster grabbed the patriarch of the Thunderfiend clan and tore him in half. The ferocity of the monster that was bathed in demonic blood erupted. Roar. The monster roared madly. The essence of the patriarch of the Thunderfiend clan was completely devoured. Seeing that, the remaining 6 pure-blooded demon forefathers were all stunned. Run. The 6 pure-blooded demon forefathers turned around and fled. At that moment, the mysterious demoness, who was standing on a distant mountain peak, extended her right hand. The demonic thunder blade that had flown out from the direction of the underworld god demon palace flew towards her and she grabbed it. Wang! The demonic thunder blade vibrated in the hands of the mysterious demoness. The monster devoured all the demonic energy in the sky and became extremely ferocious. An endless aura of death burst out from its body. The flowers and trees within a radius of thousands of li withered at a speed visible to the naked eye. Sigh. The mysterious demoness sighed. She seemed a little sad. Master, this. When the maidservant beside the mysterious demoness saw this scene, she was quite frightened. This monster was too terrifying. Wherever it was, the area within a radius of thousands of li would become a barren land. Any living creatures would die. If this monster were to leave the underworld god island and enter the eternal world, it would be a catastrophe for the entire eternal world. At that moment, the 6 pure-blooded demon forefathers had already disappeared without a trace with the eternal level demonic artifact. The monster had its eyes on the mysterious demoness. "Don't provoke me," the mysterious demoness said indifferently. Roar. In response, the monster roared at the mysterious demoness before pouncing at her. The monstrous aura of death that burst out from the monster's body was capable of devouring the vitality of the entire world. The mysterious demoness was thousands of li away from the monster. However, the monster's ability to devour was simply too great. With just one pounce, it had traversed thousands of li in an instant and arrived before the mysterious demoness. A pair of sharp claws swiped at the mysterious demoness. Chapter 48:53. The appearance of a peerless demonic creature was terrifying. This demonic creature devoured everything. All living creatures with life essence were its targets. At that moment, the alliance of the 7 pure-blooded demon ancestors was broken by this peerless demonic creature. Even the old ancestor of the Thunder Demon clan died in battle. His demonic aura was completely devoured by the peerless demonic creature. The other 6 old ancestors of the pure-blooded demons did not dare to fight anymore. They immediately ran for their lives. That peerless demonic creature then set its eyes on the mysterious demoness. The peerless demonic creature pounced at the mysterious demoness. Although it was just a simple attack, it was able to force back a pure-blooded demon ancestor with an infinite demonic weapon. Moreover, the peerless demonic creature's physical body was extremely tough. Even if an infinite demonic weapon were to hit the peerless demonic creature, it would only be able to scratch its skin. It would be difficult to cause serious damage to the peerless demonic creature. Ji Fei laughed when he saw this scene from afar. To think that there would be a day when this chick would be targeted. No, that guy was a human. He was probably targeted by a demonic creature. Scram. The mysterious demoness waved the thunder demonic blade in her hand. In the next moment, an immortal blade light rushed out from the thunder demonic blade and slashed the peerless demonic creature. The peerless demonic creature roared and was sent flying thousands of miles away by the saber strike. This, Ji Fei and the 4 great generals of Hongtian were dumbfounded when they saw this. This lady was too powerful. She sent such a powerful peerless demonic creature flying with a casual slash. Anyone who saw this scene would be astonished. However, the mysterious demoness slash did not hurt the peerless demonic creature. The peerless demonic creature pounced toward the mysterious demoness from afar. Its speed was extremely fast, and a terrifying corpse chi rushed out from its body, entangling the mysterious demoness. It wasn't that this peerless devil didn't have any spiritual intelligence. This peerless devil could use simple divine abilities to attack its opponents. However, the mysterious demoness casually swung her saber again, and all the deathly aura that was entangling her was dispersed by the saber, directly dissipating into the void. Master, who is she? Wu Jixuan, the leader of the 4 great generals of Hongtian, was both curious and afraid of this mysterious demoness. This mysterious demoness was too powerful. Even the great emperor of Hongtian in the past was not as powerful as her. If this demoness wanted to kill them, she could easily slap them to death. How do I know who she is? Ji Fei said helplessly. This demoness was too mysterious. Even he couldn't see through this demoness, let alone others. It's been a long time since I've exercised. Today, I'll play with you. At this moment, the mysterious demoness took a step forward and charged towards the peerless demonic creature with the Thunderhell demonic blade in her hand. There was no aura coming from her body. She was just like an ordinary person. However, with another slash of her saber, the peerless demonic creature did not even have the strength to retaliate as it was sent flying by her saber, disappearing without a trace. However, in the next moment, the peerless demonic creature charged over from afar. The Thunderhell demonic blade in the mysterious demoness' hands was the supreme treasure of the Thunder Demons. After the Thunderhell Patriarch was killed by the peerless demonic creature, the blade flew away by itself. She was the one who intercepted it. The Thunderhell demonic blade was an infinite-grade demonic weapon. Its power was unimaginable. Even in the hands of the Thunderhell Patriarch, the Thunderhell demonic blade could only unleash 30% of its power. Given the Thunderhell Patriarch's cultivation base, it was already impressive that he could unleash 30% of the Thunderhell demonic blade's power. However, after the Thunderhell demonic blade landed in the mysterious demoness' hands, its power multiplied. The mysterious beauty was able to unleash at least 60% of the Thunderhell demonic blade's power just by waving it casually. If she were to get serious, it would not be difficult for her to unleash the full power of the demonic blade. However, the mysterious demoness was very playful. Hence, she only attacked casually. Even so, the peerless demonic creature suffered greatly. The peerless demonic creature originally wanted to devour the mysterious demoness Yuan Qi, but it discovered that it could not devour any of the demoness Yuan Qi at all. The mysterious demoness Yuan Qi was extremely stable. As long as she willed it, not a single trace of her aura would leak out. This kind of state where one could do as one pleased was the so-called limitless limit. Ji Yufei stared at the mysterious demoness who was fighting with the peerless demonic creature. He seemed to realize something, but he did not know what he had grasped. This thing was very blurry and could not be seen clearly. He only knew that it existed. This made Ji Yufei very depressed. Epiphany depended on fate. Even Ji Yufei could not enter the cultivation state of epiphany so casually. He could only slowly explore and slowly comprehend it. Infinite grade, infinite grade, infinite grade, finite grade, Ji Yufei was talking to himself. His eyes sometimes showed confusion, and sometimes they were bright and clear and flawless. He had been through countless hardships since his debut. Other than the few years when he was brought to Taishen Mountain by Master Wn Xiancheng when he was a child, no one had taught him. To be able to reach this stage, he relied on his unyielding willpower, relied on his own hard work. Therefore, Ji Yufei could only rely on himself to comprehend something that belonged only to him. And the mysterious demoness seemed to be intentionally or unintentionally revealing something about cultivation. Was she helping Ji Yufei? No one knew what she was thinking. Master is still the best. The mysterious demoness watched the battle from the side. She was very fascinated. And the peerless demonic creature was no match for the mysterious demoness. Even though it roared and pounced fiercely, the peerless demonic creature could not even touch a corner of the mysterious demoness' clothes. This was a battle without any suspense. The mysterious demoness slashed out again and again. The extremely sharp blade aura directly stood on the body of the peerless demonic creature, but it only left a few blade marks on its body. Moreover, the blade marks on the peerless demonic creature were disappearing at a speed visible to the naked eye. Is this guy really a cockroach that cannot be killed? The mysterious demoness frowned. She made up her mind and directly slashed out with her saber. The power of this slash was much stronger than before. The dazzling saber light moved quickly in the void, and wherever it passed, cracks appeared in the void. Wherever the blade light passed, the head of the peerless demonic creature flew up. With just one slash, the peerless demonic creature was beheaded. However, after the head of the peerless demonic creature flew out, it flew back in a circle and reattached to its neck, as if it had never been beheaded. This works. Chapter 4854. The appearance of the peerless demonic corpse terrified all the demonic cultivators on Underworld God Island. The peerless demonic corpse seemed capable of devouring everything. Be it the spiritual energy of the world or the spiritual energy of all living things, the peerless demonic corpse devoured them all. If the peerless demonic corpse were to escape from Underworld God Island, Eternal World would face a great calamity. Billions of living beings would suffer. Ji Fei wanted to stop the peerless demonic corpse, but his strength was limited. Even the 7 pure-blooded demon forefathers could not defeat the demonic corpse with their infinite-grade demonic artifacts, let alone Ji Fei. Fortunately, at the critical moment, the mysterious demoness finally took action. The mysterious demoness stopped the peerless demonic corpse. The demoness was too strong. She suppressed the peerless demonic corpse the moment she took action. Then, she cut off the demonic corpse's head with one slash. However, a scene that left Ji Fei and the others dumbfounded appeared. The peerless demonic corpse's severed head actually flew back and reattached itself to his body. This, Ji Fei and the others were shocked. The blade in the mysterious demoness hand was the Thunder Demon blade of the Thunder Demon clan. It was a famous infinite-grade weapon. When wounded by such a weapon, the wound would be imbued with infinite-grade Great Tao power. It was very difficult to heal. However, the peerless demonic corpse did not seem to fear the Thunder Demon blade's Great Tao power at all. It could even instantly heal the wound caused by the infinite-grade weapon. How were they supposed to fight? This fellow simply had an undying body. However, compared to Ji Fei and the others' shock, the mysterious demoness was having a good time. In her opinion, it would be too boring to kill this fellow with one slash. The mysterious demoness had not fought anyone for a long time. However, that did not mean that she did not know how to fight. Her combat experience was far richer than anyone else's. She chuckled and slashed out with her blade again. The demonic thunder blade in her hands finally unleashed its true power. The immortal blade light from this slash directly split the peerless demonic corpse into 2 halves from head to toe. However, the peerless demonic corpse's split body flew back and reattached itself. He really can't be killed. Ji Fei and his companions were not the only ones watching the battle. There were also some powerful demonic existences, such as the Chaos Demon ancestor Long Kuanfeng and the ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor, who had been beaten by Ji Fei. This guy was really afraid of Ji Fei. However, this guy's ability to escape was not small. He had escaped from Ji Fei more than once. Until now, ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor was still alive and well. This fellow was also watching the battle from the sidelines. The mysterious demoness was the master of the ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. Since his master was so powerful, why would he be afraid of Ji Fei? If Ji Fei dared to find trouble with him, he would ask his master to help him. Master was so awesome that he could slap that hateful Ji Fei to death with a single slap. The ancient Demon Emperor could more or less guess the origin of the mysterious demoness. She was an existence that could not be any more ruthless and had a powerful background. In the present world, she was probably the only one with such an existence in the entire eternal world. It's that old ancient netherworld. Master, do you want me to go kill that guy? Wu Jixuan and the others had also sensed the existence of the ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. They had an irreconcilable enmity with the ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. Wu Jixuan and the others' original master, Heavenly Emperor Hongtian, had died in the hands of this guy. In the battle of the past, the great Emperor of Hongtian and Demon Emperor Ancient Netherworld fought to the point where the heavens and earth collapsed and the sun and moon dimmed. In the end, the great Emperor of Hongtian died, while Demon Emperor Ancient Netherworld survived. Wu Jixuan and the others naturally wanted revenge. However, the other party was the Ancient Netherworld Demon Emperor. Even if he had been seriously injured back then and his cultivation had fallen to the Eternal Realm, he was still not someone that could be killed easily. Don't act rashly, Ji Fei said. With the mysterious demoness here, it was simply impossible to kill her subordinates. Wu Jixuan and the others were aware of what Ji Fei was worried about. The mysterious demoness was too strong. Even Ji Fei would end up being oppressed by her. Earlier, the leader of the 4 generals Hongtian, Wu Jixuan, had been sent flying by a flick of the mysterious demoness finger. When Wu Jixien recalled how badly he had been oppressed by the mysterious demoness, cold sweat broke out on his forehead. If the mysterious demoness wanted to kill them, it would be as easy as blowing off dust. At that moment, the battle between the mysterious demoness and the peerless demon corpse was still going on. The peerless demon corpse was being oppressed by the mysterious demoness. Chop! Chop again! Chop chop chop! The mysterious demoness swung the demonic thunder blade in her hand and slashed at the peerless demon corpse. Her attack speed was simply too fast. Even after the peerless demon corpse was slashed, it was still in a daze. In the next moment, the peerless demon corpse collapsed like a building block. Its emotions had already been sliced into thousands of pieces by the mysterious demoness. However, those pieces quickly gathered together again. With a flash of demonic light, the peerless demon corpse reappeared in front of everyone in one piece. Is it really an unkillable and indestructible fellow? Is this the legendary unkillable and indestructible being? The four generals of Hongtian were dumbfounded when they saw this. There's an unkillable and indestructible being in this world. Ji Yufei didn't believe it. Even if an eternal being was said to have eternal life, there would still come a time when an eternal being would die. However, if the peerless demon corpse was not an unkillable and indestructible being, how could it withstand the slashes of the demonic thunderblade? One should know that the demonic thunderblade was not an ordinary demonic weapon. It was an unbounded demonic blade. Even Ji Yufei would not dare to be slashed by this demonic blade. Roar! The peerless demon corpse roared angrily as an endless deathly aura erupted from its body. The entire world was instantly shrouded by the deathly aura. The flowers and trees within a radius of 10,000 miles withered at a speed visible to the naked eye. The demon corpse showed its might and the sky changed color. However, the mysterious demoness did not care about the peerless demon corpse at all. She merely waved her sleeves and the deathly aura that blotted out the sky dissipated as if it had never appeared in the first place. What? The four generals of Hongtian were shocked. The peerless demon corpse charged at the mysterious demoness. However, the mysterious demoness seemed to have had enough fun. After that, she blasted a group of demonic corpses that pounced towards her. In the next moment, the demonic corpse actually exploded in the void and was blasted into a bloody mist. Ji Yufei and the others were speechless. The mysterious demoness was terrifyingly strong. It was hard to imagine that a casual punch from her would be so powerful. Then, the mysterious demoness extended her right hand and pressed it against the bloody mist. A terrifying destructive force immediately obliterated the bloody mist. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Be on your way. The mysterious demoness obliterated the bloody mist formed by the peerless demon corpse. At this moment, the demon corpse was finally done for. However, just as the mysterious demoness finished off the peerless demon corpse, the entire underworld god island suddenly shook. The mountains collapsed and the earth cracked. A demonic claw larger than a mountain broke out of the ground and grabbed at the mysterious demoness in the sky. Chapter 48:55. The peerless demon zombie was finally done for. It was blasted to pieces by the mysterious demoness, and even its blood chi was completely obliterated. This once again proved that there was nothing in this world that was eternal and indestructible. Eternal and indestructible was relative. If one wanted to be eternal and indestructible, then who in this world could do it? However, just as the mysterious demoness destroyed the peerless demon zombie, the entire underworld god island suddenly shook. Then, a huge demonic hand shattered the underworld god demon mountain, which had existed for thousands of years, and grabbed at the mysterious demoness in the sky. As the underworld god demon mountain crumbled, countless ancient and mysterious demonic patterns scattered in the void, releasing endless demonic blade power. The entire underworld god island was instantly enveloped by this demonic power. Demonic clouds covered the sky, covering the entire underworld god island. This shocked the countless demonic cultivators in the seas around underworld god island to the extreme. At this time, a huge demonic shadow appeared in the endless demonic aura. It stood between the heavens and the earth, roaring at the sky, as if it wanted to swallow the gradually fading demonic star in the starry sky. This Countless demonic cultivators in the seas around Underworld God Island stared at this scene with their mouths agape. Finally can't help but come out? The mysterious demoness let out a bell-like laughter, and directly shot up into the sky, dodging the demonic claw that came from below. The demonic claw grabbed thin air, and then dissipated in the void. This demonic claw was not a real demonic claw. It was just condensed from demonic aura. Sigh. At this time, there was a sigh. Then, the demonic aura that enveloped the entire Underworld God Island tumbled violently, and all the demonic aura gathered towards the center of Underworld God Island. The demonic aura that originally covered the sky actually quickly retreated. Seeing this scene, many demonic cultivators in the seas around Underworld God Island were shocked. Everyone was extremely curious as to what was happening on the island. The demon masters who had retreated from Underworld God Island even used their celestial eye magic power to see what was happening. However, what shocked the demon masters was that they could not see anything at all. The entire Underworld God Island was shrouded by an aura. Even an eternal-level demon master could not see through this inexplicable aura. The demon masters were all shocked. It seemed that something big had happened on the island. Could it be that another peerless demon has appeared? After escaping from Underworld God Island, the 6 pure-blooded demonic ancestors did not go far. Instead, they continued to wander around Underworld God Island. The demonic chi that had enveloped the entire Underworld God Island disappeared completely in a few seconds. Not even a trace of demonic chi could be seen on Underworld God Island. It was as if all the demonic energy had been sucked out. The countless demons on Underworld God Island all fell to the ground. Only the strongest of the demons managed to survive. However, they had almost all their demonic energy sucked out and were almost crippled. Even Jiyu Fei and Hong Tian's 4 generals were affected. Chaos Demon ancestor Long Kuan Feng was also injured. This made Kuan Feng extremely shocked. Who is it? Kuan Feng was shocked and angry. He was one of the rulers of Underworld God Island, yet he didn't know that there was such a big fellow hidden on Underworld God Island. Could it be an infinite level fellow? Kuan Feng was originally in the infinite level, but after that battle in the distant past, he was severely injured. His cultivation had fallen from the infinite level to the eternal level. The other demon masters who had not retreated had a portion of their demonic energy sucked out by the demonic figure that walked out of the ground. This scared the demon masters half to death. There was no need to think at all. Those demon masters immediately escaped from Underworld God Island. Master, what should we do? Wu Zhixian looked at Jiyu Fei. Continue watching the show. Jiyu Fei crossed his arms and said. Continue watching the show? Wu Zhixian and the others were speechless. This big fellow that rushed out of the ground was definitely in the infinite level. It was too easy for someone of this level to kill them. What are you afraid of? Even if the sky collapses, there will be someone tall enough to hold it up. Jiyu Fei looked at the mysterious demoness in the sky and said. Hong Tian's 4 generals were speechless. Little sister, it's been a long time. You are still so playful. An old voice sounded. High up in the sky, the demonic figure standing on the Underworld God Demon Palace looked at the mysterious demoness. What are they playing at? When Jiyu Fei heard this voice, he couldn't help but be moved. This mysterious demoness had relatives. Ha ha. Big brother, your undying demon body is indeed powerful. You are still alive even after this. The mysterious demoness laughed. If not for you, would I be sleeping in this damn place for so many years? Little sister, we have to properly settle this debt. The demonic figure shrouded in demonic energy suddenly roared. Hey, big brother, don't be so petty. Back then, I just wanted to test if you were really undying. Look, aren't you still alive and well? The mysterious demoness was so angry that she almost vomited blood. Jiyu Fei was also speechless. This mysterious demoness was really too weird. Were they really siblings? Alright, big brother, we haven't sparred for a long time. Since you've come out of your turtle shell, let's spar. The mysterious demoness waved her right hand. Next to her, the peerless demonic snake maid, ancient netherworld demon emperor, and even Jiyu Fei, Hong Tian's 4 generals, and Chaos Demon ancestor Long Kuanfeng disappeared into the void. When Ji Yufei and Hong Tian's 4 generals reappeared, they were shocked to find that since they appeared on the sea, they were already far away from Underworld God Island. With just a wave of her hand, the mysterious demoness sent them out of Underworld God Island. This move shocked Ji Yufei. He realized that he might have still underestimated this mysterious demoness. That human just now. Why does he look so familiar? An old voice sounded. The demonic energy around the demonic figure suddenly disappeared, and a hunchbacked old man appeared in the void. This hunchbacked old man's face was full of wrinkles, his hair was sparse, and he was blind in one of his left eyes. He looked extremely ugly. "Big brother, what are you doing?" The mysterious demoness flashed and appeared in front of the old man. "Hehe, I'm not doing anything." The old man sneered. In the sky above the underworld god demon palace, the 2 supreme demonic path existences were facing each other. Terrifying demonic might spread out, and the surrounding void was shaking and cracks were constantly appearing. Between the 2 demonic path supreme beings, pitch-black lightning flashed constantly. "Little sister, you want to find that person? Do you really believe in such bullsh*t like reincarnation?" The old man mocked. "What does it have to do with you whether I believe it or not? Big brother, today, we'll settle all our debts. Today, either you die or I die." The mysterious demoness stared at the old man and gritted her teeth. "All right, let's do it this way." The old man shrugged indifferently. "Then let's fight." The mysterious demoness made her move. The old man also made his move. Chapter 48-56. The mysterious demoness was definitely the oldest demon in Eternal World. Naturally, her big brother was also the oldest demon. These 2 siblings were mortal enemies, and they fought on Underworld God Island the moment they disagreed with each other. At the moment when they fought, the whole world was illuminated by the demonic light. 2 extremely terrifying demonic auras filled the world. The entire Underworld God Island shook. Rumble, it was as if a destructive storm had appeared on Underworld God Island. Seeing such a scene, all the experts in the sea region outside Underworld God Island were dumbfounded. This was practically apocalyptic. How could such a powerful force appear in Eternal World? In Eternal World, even Eternal Ones would find it difficult to destroy heaven and earth. At that moment, the spiritual energy of heaven and earth on Underworld God Island was extremely chaotic. 2 powerful demonic powers kept clashing, producing earth-shattering sounds. Swoosh! A beam of demonic light suddenly broke through the layers of demonic aura on Underworld God Island and shot toward Ji Yufei. "How dare you!" A loud shout rang out. The next moment, another beam of demonic light shot out from Underworld God Island and collided with the previous beam of demonic light. Boom! With a loud bang, the 2 beams of demonic light disappeared in an instant. The next moment, an incomparably violent energy wave erupted, directly blasting a large crater with a radius of more than 10 miles on the surface of the lake. Even the mud at the bottom of the sea was blasted out. The place where the 2 beams of demonic light collided was still dozens of miles away from Ji Yufei and the rest, but even so, they were still sent flying a few miles away by the force of the explosion. The 4 generals of Hong Tian were terrified. What kind of existence was even more powerful than Hong Tian, Heavenly Emperor back then? It would be as easy as flipping one's hand to destroy them. "Master, why don't we retreat?" Wu Zizhan said with lingering fear. "You want to retreat? Did you ask for our permission?" At that moment, one powerful demonic shadow after another appeared around Ji Yufei. Tens of demonic shadows surrounded Ji Yufei and the others. "Ayo, you guys really don't know what's good for you. Do you want to die?" Wu Zizhan glanced at the demonic shadows and sneered. At this moment, an aged voice rang out. A demonic figure exuding a cold and gloomy aura walked out. Ji Yufei recognized this fellow with a single glance. This fellow was actually the great elder of the lunar demons. He was a ruthless character who dared to fight a great battle with the peerless demonic corpse. Although he was defeated and escaped in the end, this fellow's cultivation base was also very strong. He was even stronger than Long Gan and the other demon masters. "Master, I'll go meet this guy." After saying that, Wu Zhixian walked out. Okay, be careful. Ji Yufei reminded Wu Zhixian. The great elder of the lunar demons was a pure-blooded demon lord. He could definitely crush a normal demon lord. Little guy, ask your master to come out and talk to me. You are not qualified to be my opponent. The great elder of the lunar demons had a look of disdain and arrogance on his face. Old man, don't flaunt your seniority in front of me. Whether I'm qualified to be your opponent or not, we'll only know after we fight. After saying that, Wu Zhixian sent a palm strike towards the great elder of the lunar demons. The violent palm strike contained a world-destroying might as it headed towards the great elder of the lunar demons. Great Sky Annihilation Palm? You're a subordinate of Great Emperor Hongtian? When the great elder of the lunar demons saw Wu Zhixian send out this palm strike, his eyes turned extremely sharp. In the ancient war, Great Emperor Hongtian was one of the few great emperors of the human race. Countless demons had died under his Great Sky Annihilation Palm. The reason why the lunar demons were sealed for so many years was definitely related to Great Emperor Hongtian. This was really the case of enemies meeting and their eyes turning red. The great elder of the lunar demons, Demon Lord Juying, sent out a punch towards Wu Zhixian. This was the supreme fist technique of the lunar demons, 9-yin murdering heaven fist. When this punch was sent out, the fist force was like thunder. It was as though it could send the opponent into reincarnation. 9 pitch-black vortexes appeared between heaven and earth. It was as though the heaven and earth were being devoured by these 9 black holes. Boom! 2 peerless and powerful forces collided with each other in an instant. The violent force swept out in all directions, and the entire sea surface collapsed. In the next moment, a huge wave appeared above the underworld spirit sea and swept out in all directions. At the same time, a figure was sent flying. Hey! When Ji Yufei saw this, he couldn't help but frown. It was because the person who was sent flying was Wu Zhixian. A pure-blooded demon lord was indeed powerful. Even though they were all eternal existences, they could still crush opponents of the same level. Wu Zhixian was a peak eternal existence. The great elder of the lunar demons, Demon Lord Juying, could actually send Wu Zhixian flying. This was enough to prove that this guy had the strength to defeat Wu Zhixian. Wu Zhixian sneered. In the next moment, his figure disappeared into the void. Demonic 9 heavens. Demon Lord Juying bellowed. 9 beams of demonic light shot out from his body. A silhouette was forced to reveal itself. Wu Zhixian couldn't hide at all. He wanted to use the void escape technique to deal with Demon Lord Juying. However, he didn't expect Demon Lord Juying to be so decisive and wanted to get rid of Wu Zhixian as soon as possible. Boss is going to lose, Wu Zhixian said in shock. At this moment, no one said anything. They were all staring at the battlefield. Ji Yufei pointed out with a finger. A beam of divine light shot into Wu Zhixian's body. Master, you, Wu Zhixian and the others were shocked. Ji Yufei didn't say anything. At this moment, the aura on Wu Zhixian's body changed. His aura was rising rapidly. It could be said to be soaring. An extremely powerful immortal aura erupted from his body. Kill. A beam of demonic light pierced towards Wu Zhixian. Demon Lord Juying's demonic might was unparalleled. The surrounding demon lords retreated far away and didn't dare to get close. That was because the aura on Demon Lord Juying's body was terrifying. Swoosh. Wu Zhixian's figure disappeared into the void. That beam of demonic light that was piercing towards him naturally missed its target. What? Demon Lord Juying was shocked. At this moment, he couldn't sense Wu Zhixian's aura at all. It was as though Wu Zhixian had disappeared into thin air. How is this possible? Demon Lord Juying was in disbelief. This fella was actually able to hide his aura in an instant. Even he couldn't sense it. Master, this is... Wu Zhixian and the others were stunned as well. Since when did their boss cultivate such a mystic skill? To think that even they didn't know about it. Heaven's secrets must not be revealed. Ji Yufei said mysteriously. Bam! At this moment, Demon Lord Juying's right eye received a vicious punch. Damn it! Countless beams of demonic light shot out from his body. However, none of them were able to force Wu Zhixian out. What kind of mystic skill is this? Chapter 48-57. On the underworld god island, two supreme demons were fighting. Outside the underworld god island, Jiyu Fei and the others were surrounded by dozens of demon masters. However, none of the demon masters dared to make a move. Therefore, Demon Venerable Nine Yin, the elder of the pure blood demons, made a move. As the elder of the pure blood demons, Demon Venerable Nine Yin's strength was undeniable. As a pure blood demon, he had a noble bloodline. He thought that he could crush all his opponents, especially the weak living beings of the human race. At the start, he was indeed suppressing Wu Zhixian. However, after Jiyu Fei sent his mental power into Wu Zhixian's body, the situation reversed. Wu Zhixian appeared and disappeared like a ghost. He punched Demon Venerable Nine Yin's face. Demon Venerable Nine Yin saw stars and his nose started bleeding. If not for his powerful demon body, Demon Venerable Nine Yin's nose would have been smashed by Wu Zhixian's punch. If you want to fight, fight. Don't hit my face. Demon Venerable Nine Yin was about to go crazy. However, before he could finish speaking, his left eye was punched by Wu Zhixian. This punch caused him to be unable to open his left eye. I said, don't hit my face. Demon Venerable Nine Yin was going crazy. In the next moment, his body shook. Countless demonic lights shot out from his body like peerless demonic arrows. They were extremely fast. This was an indiscriminate attack. The demonic lights shot in all directions. In this way, all the people who were watching the battle, including the demon masters, were within the range of the attack. This guy is crazy. The demon masters who were watching the battle from afar were frightened. They fled immediately. However, the demonic lights that shot out from Demon Venerable Nine Yin's body were extremely fast. Immediately, 6 to 7 demon masters were hit. They were hit by the demonic lights and instantly shattered in the void. These demon masters who were hit by the demonic lights were directly killed in body and soul. They were dead. The other demon masters were scared out of their wits. They fled as far as they could. In an instant, all of them were gone. Swoosh! More than a dozen beams of demonic light instantly arrived in front of Jiyu Fei. In the next moment, the dozen or so beams of demonic light instantly disappeared into the void without a trace. What happened? Wu Zhixian and the others, who were standing behind Jiyu Fei, widened their eyes in shock. Wu Zhidao even blinked his eyes in disbelief. They had witnessed how terrifying those demonic lights were. However, their master was actually able to dissolve those dozen demonic lights without making a sound. This was truly unimaginable. At this time, the big shots of the demonic path had all fled, and only Jiyu Fei and the others were still watching the battle. However, to Demon Lord Nine Yin's astonishment, his move was still unable to force Wu Zhixian out. It was as if Wu Zhixian had fused with the heaven and earth. This was one of the 9 esoteric secrets of the immortal Tao that Jiyu Fei had taught Wu Zhixian, the anti-emptiness secret technique. Jiyu Fei had just imparted the 9 esoteric secrets of the immortal Tao to Wu Zhixian. Wu Zhixian was an eternal being of the immortal Tao, so he had immediately mastered this cultivation technique. No matter how powerful Demon Lord Nine Yin's attack was, it couldn't hurt him at all. Countless beams of demonic light passed through Wu Zhixian's body, but not a single strand of his hair was hurt. What a mystical cultivation technique! Even Wu Zhixian, an eternal being of the immortal Tao, couldn't help but exclaim in admiration. The 9 esoteric secrets of the immortal Tao was simply a heaven-defying cultivation technique. He was very curious as to where his new master had obtained this cultivation technique from. However, he didn't have the time to think so much at this moment. This was because the duration of the anti-emptiness secret technique was limited. In the next moment, his figure appeared in the void. Go to hell! Demon Lord Nine Yin threw a punch at Wu Zhixian as soon as he saw him. Terrifying demonic power of Nine Yin burst out from his fist. The void in front of his fist seemed to have frozen in an instant, and thousands of miles were instantly sealed in ice. Wu Zhixian was instantly sealed in ice. In the next moment, Wu Zhixian, who was sealed in ice, shattered the ice on his body and shot up into the sky. Ascend. Wu Zhixian didn't hesitate as he performed the Ascend secret technique. An extremely terrifying wave of energy burst out from his body. What? Demon Lord Nine Yin was shocked when he sensed the wave of energy that burst out from Wu Zhixian's body. Why did the strength of this little guy from the human clan suddenly double? With Wu Zhixian's cultivation base, it was impossible for his battle strength to increase by a lot. It would already be amazing if he could increase it by 30 to 40%. But now, his cultivation base had almost doubled. That was double. Even Demon Lord Nine Yin was envious of this secret technique that could instantly double his battle strength. Kill. Wu Zhixian exploded instantly. At this moment, he had no choice but to attack. Kill. Demon Lord Nine Yin roared as he pounced at Wu Zhixian. 9 demonic shadows appeared behind him, and each of them burst out with terrifying demonic power. The two experts charged at each other instantly. Wu Zhixian seemed to have gone mad as he threw out punch after punch. The violent fist energy shattered the 9 demonic shadows that Demon Lord Nine Yin had condensed. Countless demonic patterns were destroyed in the void. Demon Venerable Nine Yin's real body instantly appeared behind Wu Zhixian, and he ruthlessly punched Wu Zhixian's back. The sound of bones breaking could be heard from Wu Zhixian's body. He was sent flying and the clothes on his upper body were instantly torn. Right in the middle of his spine, there was a fist imprint that had sunk deep into his body. Ah! Wu Zhixian let out a roar. The fist imprint on his back was gradually disappearing and traces of demonic qi of yin were forced out from the fist imprint. The power of Demon Lord Nine Yin's punch was extremely strong. If an ordinary demon lord was hit by this punch, his body would have exploded and his body and soul would have been destroyed. At this moment, Wu Zhixian was in the state of the Ascend secret technique. The potential in his body was stimulated and he managed to withstand Demon Lord Nine Yin's punch. Soon, the fist imprint on Wu Zhixian's back disappeared. Moreover, his immortal body was completely restored. In the blink of an eye, Wu Zhixian was in his most powerful state. This, Demon Lord Nine Yin was shocked. This human's secret technique is too heaven-defying. Let's see how many punches you can take from me. Demon Lord Nine Yin was furious. Breaking the limit fist. Wu Zhixian did not give Demon Lord Nine Yin any chance at all. In the next moment, he actually used Ji Yu Fei's trump card. The power of this punch was so great that ripples visible to the naked eye appeared in the void and spread out. Bam! Chapter 4858. In the outer seas of Underworld God Island, Ji Yu Fei imparted the 9 secrets of Immortal Tao and the Extremity Breaker Fist to Wu Zhixian. Wu Zhixian used the 9 secrets of Immortal Tao and the Extremity Breaker Fist to fight Demon Supremacy Nine Yin. Demon Supremacy Nine Yin was a demon supremacy among the pureblood demons. He had a noble bloodline and his cultivation was far superior to ordinary experts of the same level. However, at that moment, the chest of this noble pure-blooded demon lord was punched through by Wu Zhixian. The violent fist force blasted a bloody hole through his chest. How is this possible? Demon Supremacy Nine Yin stared at Wu Zhixian in disbelief. He did not expect this puny eternal one of the human race to injure him so severely. He was a supreme expert among the demons with a pureblood demon body. This human's strength had suddenly soared to such a level. This shocked Demon Supremacy Nine Yin. Roar. Demon Lord Nine Yin roared out furiously and forced Wu Zhixian to retreat. Haha, boss is mighty. Wu Zhidao and the others cheered when they saw this. Ji Yu Fei smiled and did not say anything. No one knew the power of the 9 secrets of Immortal Tao better than him. Wu Zhixian, who had mastered the 9 secrets of Immortal Tao, would be useless if he could not even deal with Demon Supremacy Nine Yin. Preposterous. Demon Supremacy Nine Yin was really going crazy. The bloody hole on his chest was shrinking rapidly. His flesh and bones were constantly recovering. Ancient demonic patterns interweaved on his wound. This was a great Tao injury. Wu Zhixian's fist energy contained the power of the Immortal Tao. The bloody hole on Demon Supremacy Nine Yin's chest was also accompanied by a great Tao injury. However, the power of the Immortal Tao in Demon Supremacy Nine Yin's bloody hole was continuously eroded by his demonic power. In just a few seconds, The bloody hole on Demon Supremacy 9 Yin's chest disappeared. Die! Demon Supremacy 9 Yin roared. In the next moment, the silhouettes of huge dragons rushed out of his body and pounced at Wu Zhixian. Each of these demonic dragons was like a great yin demon dragon descending to the world. The entire world seemed to be frozen. Dragons dance, ice seal the world. Demon Sovereign 9 Yin was really going all out this time. If I don't show my might, do you think I'm a sick cat? Transform. Wu Zhixian immediately used one of the 9 secrets of the immortal path, the transform formula. At the next moment, the power of heaven transform burst forth from his body, and the dragon shadows that were lunging at him immediately dissipated in the air, leaving no trace behind. The powerful extreme yin demonic energy was directly dissolved by the heaven transformation power, turning into nothingness. This 9 Yin Devil Sovereign was dumbfounded. This fella's divine art was too amazing. What kind of divine art was this? He was extremely curious. Void reversal. At the next moment, Wu Zhixian's figure disappeared in the void once again. Demon Sovereign 9 Yin was stupefied again, because he could no longer sense Wu Zhixian's aura. He could not sense even the slightest bit of aura. This was simply too inconceivable. After killing this human brat, he would search his soul and obtain this secret art. 9 Yin Demon Sovereign made up his mind. Swoosh. In the next moment, a demonic eye appeared between Demon Sovereign 9 Yin's brows. A beam of demonic light shot out from the demonic eye and swept in all directions. This was the great yin demon eye that Demon Sovereign 9 Yin had cultivated. It could see through the 9 hells and the 9 heavens. Finally, he saw a faint figure flashing by. After that, the demonic eye between his brows was punched, and it almost blinded Demon Sovereign 9 Yin's great yin demon eye. Wu Zhixian's punch had completely stupefied Demon Lord 9 Yin. In the next moment, concentrated sounds of collisions could be heard from Demon Sovereign 9 Yin's body. Every punch from Wu Zhixian left a deep fist mark on Demon Sovereign 9 Yin's body. After Wu Zhixian executed the Heaven Ascension secret art, his battle prowess and speed had increased by a huge margin. This series of frenzied attacks had caused Demon Sovereign 9 Yin to doubt his life. Since the duration of the Heaven Ascension secret art was not up yet, Wu Zhixian was naturally going all out to attack Demon Sovereign 9 Yin. Demon Sovereign 9 Yin was about to go crazy. In the next moment, a demonic hammer rushed out from his body. Retreat. The moment Ji Yufei saw the demonic hammer, he immediately gave the order to Wu Zhixian. He also rushed up and punched Demon Supremacy 9 Yin's body, causing his chest to cave in. Demon Sovereign 9 Yin was sent flying. At the same time, Ji Yufei grabbed Wu Zhixian and teleported to where Wu Zhixian and the others were. Then, he disappeared into the void along with the 4 generals of Hong Tian. As soon as they disappeared, a demonic hammer descended from the sky and smashed fiercely into the place where they had been. An earth-shattering demonic power erupted, and ripples visible to the naked eye appeared in the void. Demon Sovereign 9 Yin waved his right hand, and the demonic hammer flew back into his hand. War. Demon Sovereign 9 Yin's face flushed red, and he spat out a mouthful of blood. Forcefully using the ultimate demon weapon had caused him to suffer from the backlash of the ultimate demon weapon, and his vitality was directly injured. This made him shocked, angry, and unwilling. He was the demon lord of the extreme yin demons. To think that a puny eternal one from the human race could put him in such a sorry state. This was a humiliation for him. Demon Sovereign 9 Yin's expression changed several times. He had used the extreme yin demon hammer to scare away Ji Yufei and the others. In fact, Demon Sovereign 9 Yin was just bluffing. He could not use the true power of the extreme yin demon hammer at all. The reason he could use the extreme yin demon hammer was because he had borrowed the power of the ancestral land of the extreme yin demons. Given his current strength, he could not use the ultimate demon weapon at all. Even if his demonic essence was sucked dry by the extreme yin demon hammer, the ultimate demon weapon would not be able to unleash even half of its power. Even Ji Yufei was shocked by the peerless tier demonic artifact. It was a demonic artifact capable of unleashing a world-destroying power in Eternal World. Therefore, when he saw Demon Sovereign 9 Yin use the extreme yin demon hammer, Jiu Fei did not even think about it. He immediately ran away with the 4 generals of Hong Tian. This made Jiu Fei feel very depressed. Meanwhile, on Underworld God Island, the battle between the mysterious demoness and the old man was still going on. It was extremely intense. Beam after beam of demonic light rushed out from Underworld God Island, piercing through the void and destroying everything. Nothing could stop the demonic light from wreaking havoc. Even the power of the seal on Underworld God Island, which was gradually recovering, could not stop it. The power of the seal could not suppress the power of the mysterious demoness and her big brother. The power of the 2 demonic paths was too strong. It even surpassed the power of the seal on Underworld God Island. At this time, Underworld God Island, which had already been destroyed, suffered a new round of destruction after countless years. Rumble, the entire Underworld God Island shook, as though it was about to be destroyed by the 2 people on the island. The demon lords watching the battle from other places on the island were shocked to the extreme. A power that surpasses the eternal world.